para hindi na maulit at lalo pang bumagsak muli ang GDP sa susunod na taon. Although, to be fair to the government, no, nakabawi na sila. Nakabawi na, inflation rate is also back to its normal levels at
Pero
least.
it's not as high. I mean, the GDP is not going to be as high as we originally wanted it to be kasi 3 buwan delayed ang budget this year.
Nun, di ba?
And ang laking effect niyan sa infrastructure spending eh.
Oo. At saka sa budget ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno, no? So, importante po talaga. Actually, the first order of business usually ng Congress is really the budget, no? At alam nyo po, masalimuot na usapin ang budget, lalo na sa mga kongresista at sa mga senador dahil...
May budget din sila dun eh.
alam nyo, yung mga pork barrel, pagamat hindi na yan ang gusto nilang itawag dyan, alam natin na dyan talaga nagkakatalo.
It's legal pork barrel na ngayon.
Yes, legal
I mean,
pork barrel.
even the budget people in Congress, they also call it pork barrel, but they call it the legal pork barrel kasi naka-line item
Sabi
budget
nga
na.
ni Shakespeare, name by any other name. Okay. Samantala, planchado na po ang issue sa speakership sa Kamara. Alam na po natin yan sa mga nagmatyag kaninang umaga, no? At ang pinakamahalagang posisyon sa mababang kapulungan napunta na nga kay Taguig Pateros Representative Alan Peter Cayetano na nauna ng inendorso ng Pangulo. At nasa Batasang Pambansa si Greg Gregorio para sa iba pang detalye. Greg?
Lucy, si Taguig Pateros Representative Alan Peter Cayetano na nga ang susunod na speaker ng Kamara at walang kahirap-hirap niyang nakuha ang pwestong ito sa nangyaring botohan ng kaninang umaga. 297 mga kongresista ang dumalo sa pagbubukas ng sesyon para sa 18th Congress kaninang alas 10 nga ng umaga. Mismong si Presidential Son at Davao City Representative Paulo Duterte ang nag-nominate kay Cayetano bilang speaker. Sinigundahan naman ito ng mga napabalitang frontrunner din noon sa speakership race na sina Marinduque Representative Lord Alan Velasco at Martin Romualdez ng Leyte. Si Manila Representative Benny Abante naman ang ninominate nina Iloilo Representative Janet Garin at Alfredo Garbi ng Ako Bicol Party List. 266 ang bumoto pabor kay Cayetano habang 28 lang ang nakuhang boto ni Abante. Agad na numpa bilang House Speaker si Cayetano kung saan sinamahan pa siya ni Romualdez at Velasco sa podium. Si Abante naman ang magiging sunod na minority leader kasunod ng kanyang pagkatalo kay Cayetano. Ang mabilis at maayos na pagkakaluklo kay Cayetano ay taliwas sa inaasahan ng marami na kontrobersyal na speakership race. Kahapon kasi ay mayroon pang usapin ng umunoy coup laban kay Cayetano sa Kamara. Katunayan, kaninang umaga hiwa-hiwalay na breakfast meetings pa ang nangyari. Ang kampo ni Paulo Duterte, ang kampo ni Cayetano at ang caucus ng Liberal Party. Pero kalaunan ay pinagsama ang magkahiwalay na breakfast meetings ni Cayetano at Paulo Duterte. Hindi na rin kasi sinipot ni Pulong ang sarili nitong meeting at inanunsyo ni Congressman Isidro Ungab na lahat ng mga dadalo sa meeting ni Pulong ay sasama na lamang sa ipinatawag na meeting ni Cayetano. Ayon naman kay Albay Representative Joey Salceda, patunay ito na mayroon ng pagsuporta ang mga mambabatas sa ilalim ng tinawag niyang House of Cayetano. Sa kanya namang talumpati, iginit ni Cayetano na dapat gawing House of the People ang Kamara bilang sila ang mga kinatawang takbuhan ng mamamayan. At si Romualdez na nga ang naluklok bilang House Majority Leader. 11 Deputy Speakers naman ang napili, kabilang na sina Representative Duterte para sa Political Affairs. Lucy, naitalaga na rin si Cavite 7th District Representative Abraham Tolentino bilang Chairman ng House Committee on Accounts at Davao Representative Isidro Ungab bilang Chairman naman ng House Committee on Appropriations. Ang dalawang nabanggit na mga komite ay kabilang sa mga mahalaga at pinag-aagawang komite sa Kamara. Lucy?
Alright, maraming salamat, Greg Gregorio. Samantala, konting paliwanagan, alam nyo ho, para po maisulong ng sino mang nakaupong Pangulo ang kanyang mga programa at mga pangako sa bayan, mahalaga pong nasa iisang direksyon lang sila ng mga nasa Kongreso. Pero ano nga ba ang mga panukala na muling ilalapit ni Pangulong Duterte sa mga mambabatas? Himayin natin yan kasama si Bok Ed Lingao. Bok.
Well, siyempre po, bawat kongresista at senador may kanya-kanyang priority measures. Ang pag-uusapan po natin dito ay ang priority legislation na Malacanang base po sa mga pahayag ng Gabinete ng Pangulo. Unang-una po ang pinaka-obvious, siyempre ang 2020 budget. Ang budget po ay karaniwang mabusisi pero naman hindi problemado dapat. Pero matapos madali ng 3 buwan ang 2019 budget, tumatak sa marami ang kahalagaan na maipasa ito ng maaga. Ang 3-month delay kasi sa budget nagresulta sa pagbaba ng economic growth ng bansa ngayong taon. Kaya ngayon gusto na Malacanang na makasiguro na may pasa ang 2020 budget bago po matapos ang Disyembre. Narin po ang usapin ng charter change pero maaaring hindi na po federalismo ang pakay. Sabi kasi ng mga economic managers ng Pangulo, mahal at disruptive ang usapin ng federalism. Sa halip, charter change para baguhin yung mga ilang economic provisions ng konstitusyon, particular po ang pagluwag sa ownership restrictions ng ilang sektor gaya ng media, broadcasting at ilang extractive industries gaya po ng mining. Hindi lang po yan ang gustong paluwagin ng palasyo sa economic provisions pero ito po, may na-discover silang backdoor process kung saan hindi na kailangan ng tsa-tsa para may patupad ang economic reforms. Ordinary legislation na lamang po. Halimbawa po, ang pag-amyenda doon sa Public Service Act para hindi nakasama sa definisyon ng public utilities ang ilang sektor gaya ng telco at transportasyon. Ang public utilities po kasi ay may ownership restriction, kailangan 60% ay Filipino. Kung tatanggalin ang mga sektor na ito sa definisyon ng public utilities dun sa batas, pwede na po ang 100% foreign-owned. Ganoon din po ang amendment sa Foreign Investments Act at sa Retail Trade Law para sa sektor ng retail, construction at small and medium-scale enterprises. At huwag po natin kalilimutan na ang susunod na train, hanggang train 5 po yan, hindi lamang train 2. Ano po yan? Sa train 2, narin ang pagbaba ng corporate taxes mula 30%, gagawin na lamang pong 20%. 22% po kasi yung average doon sa rehiyon. At narin po ang pagtanggal ng ilang fiscal incentives na matagal na pong naabuso. Other measures naman po, merong panukala para sa pagbabalik ng death penalty for heinous crimes at ang pagbaba ng age of criminal liability sa 12 anyos. Narinig po ang pagtatag ng isang water regulatory body na gagawa ng trabaho na ngayon ginagawa ng 30 ahensya. At sa huli po, narin din ang pagpapaluwag ng bank secrecy law para habulin yung mga tax evaders at yung mga drug lords. Dumako muna tayo sa iba pang usapin sa SONA. Hindi pa rin natitinig ang Pangulo at hindi raw niya iaatras ang kanyang war on drugs kahit inuulan pa ito ng batikos sa loob at labas ng bansa. Pero ngayong nasa kalagitnaan na siya ng kanyang termino, masasabi bang nananalo ang gobyerno sa giyera kontra droga? Balikan po natin ang pre-SONA special report ni Marian Enriquez.
We will not stop until the last drug lord, the last financier, and the last pusher have surrendered or put behind bars. Or below the ground, if they so wish. The fight will be unremitting. Let me begin by putting it bluntly. The war against illegal drugs is far from over.
Simula nang maupo si Pangulong Duterte, hindi nawala sa kanyang SONA ang war on drugs. Pero hindi rin siya tinantanan ng mga kritiko. Libo-libo na kasi ang nasawi mula nang ilunsad ang kampanya. Pero kung ano ang eksaktong bilang, nakadepende kung sino ang tatanungin mo.
We we do not remove the possibility na mas mataas pa than 6,600 if you add those fatalities committed by vigilantes. Kahit na hindi sila yung direct perpetrator, bilang law enforcement, tinitignan ngayon kung ano yung ginawa nila, kung meron silang ginawang investigasyon na makatotohanang investigasyon para may pananagutan for the life lost.
Base sa investigasyon ng PNP, higit 3,000 sa mga patayan sa bansa ang konektado sa iligal na droga. Higit kalahati ng mga ito ang naresolba na. Ibig sabihin, may nakasuhan na o naaresto. Pero isa rin sa kinikwestiyon ng mga kritiko ang pagkakapare-pareho ng kwento ng mga napapatay.
4 na suspect sa droga ang napatay ng mga pulis sa Bulacan matapos umanong manlaban.
Nanlaban daw sila nang magsagawa ng bypass operation ng mga pulis.
Ilan sa mga kontrobersyal na kaso ang mga nanlaban umanong teenager.
Ilang linggo bago ang SONA ni Pangulong Duterte, isang insidente na naman ang naging hamon sa kampanya kontra iligal na droga. Ang pagkamatay ng 3 taong gulang na si Maika Ulpina.
Hunyo 29, natamaan ng 3 bala si Maika habang hinuhuli ng mga pulis ang kanyang ama sa kanilang bahay sa San Jose Rodriguez, Rizal. Depensa ng mga pulis, ginawang human shield ng kanyang ama ang bata. Pero giit ng ina ni Maika, hindi ito totoo.
Inaabot niya ang bata sa pulis. Ang ginagawa nila, binaril pa nila. Nalaglag ngayon sa pinakababa. Susuko na raw siya, susuko na kasi may tama na yung bata, pabayaan na. Ang ginawa nila, nagpapatok pa rin, kargang bata.
Sabi naman ng PNP, hindi kinukonsinti ang mga kabaro nilang lumabag sa batas o umabuso.
Criminal charges has already been filed. Hindi naman po namin pinabayaan. We see it through. We want to make sure that all these responsible people, policeman yan o hindi, has been filed with cases, and we have done just that.
Kung pagbabatayan naman daw ang resulta, nananalo na raw ang gobyerno sa gyera kontra droga. Pero para sa ilan, hindi ito maituturing na tunay na panalo hanggat marami ang nasasawi.
It should focus also on education, on rehabilitation. It should have strong civil society support. It requires that the law enforcement agencies are above board, insulated from graft and corruption, and are not part of the criminal syndicates.
Sa kabila nito, nanindigan ng Pangulo na tuloy ang kampanya hanggang matapos ang kanyang termino.
I'm asking human rights people. Is it wrong to say, if you destroy my country, I will kill you? Is that a crime? Just do your duty in accordance to the books. And you do not have to worry about cases. Basta sa trabaho, akin yan. As long as there are no abusers.
Umaaksyon, Marian Enriquez, News 5.
Mga kapatid, magbabalik po ang News 5 special coverage sa State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte.
Ito po ang Midterm Duterte SONA 2019.
Just listen to him for 5 minutes to realize how homophobic he is. Homophobic. Tapusin niyo po kasi ang video para maintindihan niyo. At paano ako naging homophobic? Samantalang, ang dami ko pong followers mula sa grupo ng LGBT. Kaunting iyak lang ng babae, lumulundag na agad si Raffy Tulfo. Natural. Na-stress ako pag may umiyak na babae. Kasalanan ko ba kung maawayin ako sa mga babae? Puro relasyon at kabit na lang alam niyan. Pero pag malaking issue, deadma siya. Mali. Marami ako malalaking issue tinatalakay sa programa ko. Kaya lang, ang napapansin nyo, yung mga kabit-kabit kasi mga chismoso din kayo. Mahilig kayo sa chismis. Kaya, tol, wag tol, respeto lang.
Nasa kalahati na siya ng kanyang termino. Ano nga ba ang ipinagbago ng Pilipinas sa ilalim ng kanyang pamumuno? Tumutok sa special coverage ng News5 ang Midterm Duterte SONA 2019. Kasama si News5 Chief Luchi Cruz Valdez at Chief Correspondent Bok Ed Lingao. July 22, simula alas 13:30 ng hapon sa 5.
Saksakan talaga ng bobo yang si Luchi Cruz Valdez. Bakit naman naging journalist yan? Dapat dyan labanderang chismosa. Bias ka, Luchi. Pahiya ka, no? Supalpal ka, nagdudunong-dunungan. Boba naman. Ouch. Bayaran, sana gasain ka ng mga adik. Tilahan ka sana. Lucifer. Ang sakit. Sabi nila, deadmine ko na lang daw. Tama naman sila, pero masakit pa rin. Di ko makuhang buweltahan sila, kaya ang sinasabihan ko na lang, mga anak ko, kayo, huwag kayong bastos. Mga karaniwang tao rin lang ang pinapanood ninyo. At nagbabalik po ang Midterm Duterte SONA 2019.
Ang News5 special coverage sa State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte.
Hindi lang daw uupo at manonood sa kani-kanilang bahay ang ilang mga taga-suporta ni Pangulong Duterte. Ngayong midterm SONA, nagtungo na rin sila sa kalsada para magpahayag ng suporta. At para sa update umaaksyon, live si Patricia Mangune. Patricia, kumusta dyan?
Luchi, Bok, kilos suporta naman ang pinagkaabalahan ng mga pro-Duterte rallies dito sa labas ng batasan pambansa. Yan ay kahit nabilad man sila sa mainit na araw o nabasa ng ulan ngayong hapon.
Yo!
Iba't ibang organisasyon mula sa iba't ibang lungsod at probinsya ang nagtipon dito sa IBP Road para magdaos ng programa bilang pagsuporta kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at sa kanyang ikaapat na SONA. May mga galing Metro Manila at meron ding galing probinsya mula sa Cordillera Region. Ilan lang sa mga isyung nais daw nilang ituloy ng Pangulo sa kanyang SONA ay ang federalismo. Kontento naman daw sila sa mga natupad na pangako ng Pangulo gaya ng pagsugpo sa iligal na droga, korupsyon, kriminalidad at pagsulong ng build projects. Binigyang aliw sila ng mga kantahan at sayawan dito sa entablado. Ilan naman sa mga personalidad na nagpakita rin ng suporta ay ang mga opisyal ng PAGCOR, gaya ni Vice President for Entertainment Jimmy Bondoc at Chairperson Andrea Domingo. Bandang 1:30 ng hapon bumuhos ang malakas na ulan dito, pero ang mga taga-suporta hindi natinag, bagamat pansamantalang naantala ang programa. Kahit nga sila ay basang sisiw na dito, ay tuloy pa rin sila sa pananatili. Luchi, Bok, mananatili ang mga supporters dito hanggang sa matapos ang SONA ng Pangulo. Inabangan kasi nila ang posibleng pagdaan mismo ng Pangulo dito gaya nung ginawa niya noong unang SONA. At patuloy pa rin naka-full alert ang mga pulis. Katunayan, 9,000 halos ang nakadeploy dito sa paligid ng Batasan Pambansa. Luchi, Bok.
Alright, maraming salamat, Patricia Mangune.
Kung dati Duterte Monyo ang pakulo na effigy ng mga relista, Shokoy naman ngayon ang napili ng tema para kay Pangulong Duterte. Sentro kasi ng kanilang protesta ang agawan ng teritoryo at ang tila pagpapabayaan ng Pangulo sa mga Pilipinong mangingisda. Para po sa Update Action Live si Jen Calimon. Jen, anong latest dyan?
Kasabay ng pagmarsya ng mga militanteng grupo papunta dito sa St. Peter Parish ang pagbuhos naman ng napakalakas na ulan. Pero hindi naman ito natinag ang libu-libong miyembro ng United People SONA na nagpatuloy pa rin sa kanilang kilos protesta. 3 lanes ang kanilang inokupa sa may northbound lane ng Commonwealth Avenue kaya bahagyang bumigat ang daloy ng mga sasakyan. Bandang 3:00 Bok nang makarating dito sa St. Peter ang mga militante. Yung mga militanteng grupo yung namili ng kanilang staging area. Ngayong SONA, dati kasi nasa bandang Sandigan Bayan sila pero ngayon ay medyo lumayo na sila at dito na nga sa St. Peter's Parish nagtayo ng stage. Tulad ng dati, Bo, kaya isinusulong pa rin nilang iba't ibang issue sa labor sector, urban poor, transport at marami pang iba. Pero ito yung unang pagkakataon na sila ay talagang sumentro sa issue sa West Philippine Sea. Karagatan ang tema nila ngayon, kaya marami tayong nakita na may suot na maliliit na bangka sa ulo. Meron ding mga lamang dagat at nicho kung saan nakasulat ang iba't ibang issue. Umeksena rin, Bo, ang mga human jellyfish, human pugita at meron pang mga sirenang LGBT. Meron ding effigy na giant pugita at Shokoy na may mukha ni Pangulong Duterte at may hawak na flag ng China. Kanila raw itong susunugin mamaya. Bok, sa ngayon ay nagpapatuloy pa rin ang programa dito sa St. Peter Parish. Merong mga nagkakantahan, merong stage play at meron ding nagbibigay ng mga talumpati. At atin pa rin hinihintay ngayon na Bok, yung sinasabing highlight ng programa, yan nga yung pagsusunog ng higanting effigy ni Pangulong Duterte. Inaasahang matatapos ang programa dito sa St. Peter Parish 6:00 mamayang gabi. Bok.
Maraming salamat, Jen Calimon.
At para samahan tayo sa pagbabantay sa SONA ng Pangulo ngayon at magpagbabalik tanaw sa mga balitang humubog sa ating lipunan, makakasama natin ngayon ang political strategist at ang founder and CEO ng Publicus Asia na si Malu Tikia.
Kasama rin po natin ang former Dean ng Ateneo School of Government na si Attorney Tony Lavinia. Thank you po for joining us and welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maraming
Okay, so
salamat.
kanina, napawi na lahat ng duda tungkol sa kung sino ba talaga ang magiging House Speaker at kung magkakakudeta. Ang tanong daw ngayon ay, are we confident that the term sharing conditions will be fulfilled? Talaga bang mag-15-21? Mag-giveaway daw ba si Speaker Cayetano?
Kasi
Anong basa niyo?
Walang kasulatan yan.
Lahat yan, ganun lang.
Napakahirap sabihing oo kasi lahat ng aksyon ng Kongreso plenary yan. Wala namang not unless pagbotohan yung term sharing, pero sa tingin ko hindi mangyayari yon dahil naluklok na yung speaker. Ang mahirap dun sa term sharing kasi yung chairmanship ng committees. Magpapalit ba sila pagdating ng tapos ng isa? Magpapalit ba lahat yung mga deputy? In fact, yung nabalita ang creation ng mga deputy position, mahirap yun kasi plenary action yun. Hindi ka basta makakapaggawa ng isang posisyon not unless inapprove ng body.
Magbigay nga kayo ng example ng kung ano ang maaring mangyari, anong batas o panukala ang maaring mabimbin dahil sa pagpapalit na naman kung sakaling matuloy
marami,
after
kasi
15 months, no? Which is a relatively short
the
time.
average law, in fact, the average law requires 2 congresses, di ba?
Yes, yes.
And then, the full Congress, ginagamit yan for the average law. Bihira lang yung natatapos mo in 2 years.
That's right.
Politics, di ba? I mean, there's a saying that says a week is an eternity in politics, di ba? So talagang there's no assurance. No? Flip side then, there's no assurance na next week or 6 weeks from now or, di ba?
Hindi
Nakita
na
naman natin na
magpalit.
GMA just nag-take over si GMA. That was just,
What are you saying here, Professor Lavinia, na pwede pang magkakulit?
Yeah, I mean, kung if Speaker Cayetano does not deliver, di ba, or creates tension, di ba, dito, nakita natin dito, actually, it's the President that really decided this, di ba?
You know
Sa
what
totoo
struck
lang.
me? They really followed a script. Everything seemed to be according to plan, no? Even with Congressman Paulo Duterte
The
himself.
nominations as well.
Oo, yung nominations talagang sunod-sunod. Anong basa nyo rito? Was this a real meeting of the minds, as it were? Or were they under pressure?
Or
by,
simply the President's will?
Ang tingin ko kasi yung optics na bago siya naging speaker, galing sa ibang sektor, hindi politika eh.
What do you mean by
na
that?
ayaw siyang maging speaker. At
Yeah, he had
dahil
the lowest vote support.
yes.
Eh.
And then dahil maraming contenders, kailangan part ng politika yung mga nag-oppose, mag-endorse. So, makita natin very traditional yung nangyari. Katulad ng sinabi mo nga, scripted. Sususugan ko lang yung sinabi ni Tony, no? Ang congressional session kasi ang hindi nakikita ng taong bayan, ang akala nila working days. Ang session days talaga is actually 3 days lang. So, pag sinabi mong 15 months, napakaliit nun, considering may recess pa.
Ang daming recess.
Oo. So, anong matatapos mo? Ang crucial doon sa tinanong ni Molucci, ang crucial doon yung budget.
Yes.
Sa leadership ni Speaker Cayetano, kung hindi siya maaalis,
Isang budget
he would
lang
be able to look into 2 budgets.
15 months, hindi.
15 months. Oo, kasi
15
ang
months lang siya eh.
July to July is one.
And then hanggang December.
Hindi, September.
So, kulang.
August,
He
September,
will-
October.
Mabibitin.
August, matapos.
He will
Mabibitin.
December, supervise.
He will supervise
But
for
yung
the next-
approval sa next speaker na
Yes,
yun.
yun ang mahirap.
Yun ang mahirap na
Kasi he
naman.
will be
Baka maantala
supervising
na
the
naman, ano?
2022 budget, but the approval will come in during the term of the ka-sharing niya.
previous,
no?
Oo.
Napakahirap nun.
Yeah.
Pero at the same time po, you're looking at a speaker nga who did not have the numbers to begin with, and you're looking at the majority leader who had the majority to
yes,
begin with.
yes.
So in terms of I don't know, efficiency, would it have made for faster legislation to have the majority as sorry,
yeah.
sorry for putting it that way, pero
Hindi.
diba, the majority has the majority.
Yes.
Alam mo, Ed, I think yung clear naman kasi dito, and when later if we discuss the legislative agenda of the President, di ba, the most important is charter change. And I think among all 3, si Senator Representative Speaker Cayetano is the one probably the best position to deliver that, di ba? In terms of just pushing it, di ba? Kasi he can be a bulldog.
Kaya niyang magtulak talaga.
Talagang
As in,
tutulak niya talaga. Wala siyang takot about that, di ba? Na,
Persahan.
Persahan talaga. And whatever the
Whether-
cost and means. of
whether
it.
they like it or not,
Sa
he can
tingin ko,
push it
yun
through.
yung, kaya binigyan siya din ng 15 months. Parang, ito ang deliver mo. Di ba?
Okay, so ano ang malamang na ipinangako ni Speaker Cayetano na pinaboran siya ng Pangulo? No? Pag-usapan natin halimbawa dun sa what we expect the president to again push during his SONA today. Number one, war on drugs. No? Panoorin natin ang kanyang latest pronouncements on the war on drugs and how he intends to push it.
It will be as relentless and chilling, if you will, as on the day it began. These drug dealers know fully well that their business is against the law. They know the consequences of the criminal acts, especially when caught in flagrante delicto, and they violently resist arrest. If you think that I can be dissuaded from continuing this fight because of our demonstrations, your protests, which I find the way misdirected, then you got it all wrong. Your concern is human rights. Mine is human lives.
Stand corrected, no? These were his promises, or at least his agenda last year, which I think he intends to push this year even more, no? Any comments on that agenda?
I expect na he will, even if it might not be in the prepared speech, he will talagang i-confront niya yung UN Human Rights Council.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
I would
ICC.
Expect that. I don't know to what extent he will i-erase niya yung Bicoy video, yung inciting to sedition, and combine it with this, di ba, yung kayo ang kalaban ng Estado. I mean, so I think I expect him to be very strong about that.
What about yun na nga, yung he's facing now human rights raps, and alam naman natin na pinapanagot siya, no, sa isang sa Human Rights Council ng United Nations.
Napaka-crucial yung pagiging speaker ng isang Cayetano na dating kalihim ng DFA. So meron siyang na-build na relasyon while DFA Secretary. I'm not saying pareho sila ni Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin kasi makikita mo yung approach magkaiba. Pero yung mama-mention niya ang war against illegal drugs, mama-mention sa tingin ko yung West Philippine Sea, mama-mention yung federalism, sasang-ayon ako kay Tony doon. At nakita natin yung before, yung run-up to the speakership, nagtetest siya ng mga mensaheng nakakagulat eh. Nagtetest siya ng mensahe na, i-shorten niyo yung term nyo, senador. Mga congressman, ilenten natin yung term nyo. So makikita mo may effort na mukhang tutulak nila yung constitutional revision. Ang problema lang doon, ang federalism hindi dapat ikabit sa term limits or term extension. Kasi yun ang surest way na masisira ang federalism. So napakahirap kung ganun yung gagawing long and short of it. Ngayon, bakit 15 months? Kung mailusot niya yan, magkakaroon tayo ng plebisito. So sa tingin ko, very clear yung mandato sa kanya na sa 15 months, ito ang gusto ko magkaroon.
And you think federalism is still
No, I don't think it will be federalism.
I think it's more terms, economic provisions.
Economic provisions, yes.
Term limits, yun, possible yung extension. I think, ang kanilang malaking obstacle pa rin ay yung Senate, di ba? So, ngayon, sa tingin ko, someone like Speaker Cayetano will push it kahit na the Senate is not going to dance with it, di ba? And then push it to the plebiscite, di ba? And if it's risky lang yun, kasi baka hindi approve ng mga tao. Pero kung i-approve ng mga tao, game na yon kasi the Supreme Court will, I think, just say, well, nagsalita na yung mga tao, wala na tayong magagawa doon. Even if the whole procedure was di ba? So, but very, very risky yon, di ba? At least it requires a president that's healthy, in control, focused, di ba? All in this next few months. And so depende yan because you can also, makita mo ngayon na I suppose the president is very, yung in control kasi sa sinabi ni di ba ni ng anak niya, di ba, na nung kinausap ko si Sarah, sabi ni Sarah, we have to support the president dito, di ba? So that's why all the talk of coup today fell flat kasi very clear na yung Pangulo. May report pa na nagsabi na na he threatened to boycott. Pag mag-coup kayo against
that's right.
Cayetano, hindi na ako pupunta.
Yes,
diba?
yes. So may ganung pressure talaga.
So very clearly, and I think that's ang dahilan dyan talaga is that among everyone sa coalition ni President Duterte, he sees na si Speaker Cayetano can deliver on this one, at least try to deliver. Hindi yan, walang guarantee yan kasi
And
pwede
it's
magkamali.
important to deliver it in the first 15 months.
That's the only chance it has.
Kasi nakaka-curious din yung 15-21. Bakit 15 lang yung first? Bakit 21 yung pangalawa? Anong logic doon? Anong logic doon?
Wala. Kasi yung 21,
yung last 6 months,
actually
zero yun.
pagdating mo ng December 2021, dead na yan eh.
Kanya-kanya
trading na yan.
So it's really 15-15 lang yan.
15-15
Let's be very clear, nanalo si Speaker Cayetano dito sa, di ba, sa the fight among this
he sets the direction.
he is the hands-on winner. Consuelo na lang yung what the two others got.
Now, whether he will be followed or supported,
that's a challenge.
That's question.
Now he has to show that. And
Yes.
now kailangan siya magkaroon ng sarili niyang coalition. But maganda yung I think importante itong magitan, maganda ang nangyari sa minority for the first time.
Paano yun?
Finally, it's a real minority.
You have,
Significant sila, more than 20 sila. Nandun yung Makabayan. Si Abante was chosen freely by them, including by Makabayan.
Oo, naka-28 din sa Abante.
Actually,
surprisingly, no?
Anyway, okay na rin sa akin. Yung LP, naghiwalay na sila. Diba, yung mga, lumabas na rin yung katotohanan dun sa diba? So I think it's good for democracy na
But whether that's enough, well, that's another matter. Pero, okay, babalikan po natin ang talakayan. Samantala, nagkaroon din ng bukod na sesyon kaninang umaga ang Senado at para sa ika-18 Kongreso muling mauupo bilang Senate President si Senador Tito Soto. Umaksyon live si Mayan Los Baños. Mayan, kumusta naging pagbubukas ng sesyon ng Senado kanina?
Maayos naman, Lucy, at peaceful, kumbaga. 22 senador ang present sa pagbubukas ng seksyon kaninang umaga sa Senado. Hiudyat yan ng pagsisimula ng 18th Congress. Tanging Senator Manny Pacquiao at Senator Laila de Lima ang absent session kaninang umaga. Dahil itong si Senator Pacquiao may minor injury daw sa kanyang mata kaya hindi pa siya nakauwi mula sa Amerika mula sa kanyang laban kahapon kay Keith Thurman. Ganon din, si Senadora de Lima naman ay nakakulong hanggang sa mga panahong ito. Una sa agenda ng Senado, Lucy, ang oath-taking ng 12 senador na nanalo nitong nagdaang eleksyon. Nanumpa sila sa harap ni Senate President Tito Soto. Matapos ito ay tumayong temporary presiding officer si Senator Ralph Recto para bigyang daan ng eleksyon ng bagong Senate President. Si Senator Mig Zubiri ang nagnomina kay Soto para muling maging pinuno ng Senado. Inisa-isa niya ang mga nagawa ni Soto sa loob ng 27 taong paninilbihan sa Senado. Kaya sa pamamagitan ng viva voce o voice vote, muling nahalal bilang Senate President si Soto. Kasama ng kanyang pamilya, agad nanumpa si Soto sa harap ng kanyang matalik na kaibigan na si Senador Ping Lacson. Pinasalamatan naman ni Soto ang mga kasamahan sa paghalal sa kanya bilang 23rd Senate President. Kasabay nito ang paalala sa mga senador na ang pangunahin nilang trabaho ay ang paggawa ng batas at hindi ang pagiging mga hukom o piskal. Agad namang nilinaw ni Soto na walang nagbabawal sa mga senador na magdaos ng mga hearing tungkol sa iba't ibang issue. Basta siguraduhin lamang daw na mga hearing na ito ay makatutulong sa paggawa ng batas. Sumunod naman na pinagbotohan ang posisyon ng Senate President pro tempore kung saan nanatili pa rin sa posisyon Senator Ralph Recto. Gayon din, si Senador Mig Zubiri bilang Majority Leader. Naghalal na rin ang Senado ng bagong Senate Sergeant-at-Arms na si dating Air Force Commander Retired Major General Rene Samonte bilang kapalit yan, Lucy, ng pumanaw na si Retired General Jose Balahaja. Pangako naman ni Zubiri mananatiling independent ang Senado kahit pa marami sa kanila ang kaalyado ng Pangulo. Si Senador Bongo naman iba na raw ang prioridad. Ngayong nasa Senado na siya at di na taga Malacanang. Si Senator Bato de la Rosa sisikapin daw na maging pino ang kanyang kilos. Ngayong senador na siya pero di raw niya maiwasan maging prangka. Si Senador Bong Revilla naman, Lucy, na-miss daw ang Senado kahit pa may mga nagbabalik na ilang masamang alaala. Si Senator Lito Lapid masaya daw na nakabalik pa siya sa Senado. Kaya ang stand niya sa ilang kontrobersyal na panukalang batas gaya ng death penalty at divorce bill. Naku, pag-aaralan daw muna niya yan, Lucy, bago siya magdesisyon kung ano ang kanyang boto. Samantala, Lucy, bukas sa katakdang plansyahin sa Senado ang mga committee chairmanship habang malinaw na mapupunta na ang ng Committee on Electoral Reforms sa bagong senador na si Senadora Amy Marcos. Ayon sa liderato ng Senado, wala silang nakikitang conflict of interest dahil yun naman daw problema o hinaharap ngayon na protesta ng kapatid ni Senator Amy na si Bongbong Marcos ay hindi naman daw yan hawak ng Senado. Lucy.
Alright, maraming salamat, Mayan Los Baños. At update muna tayo, no? 15 minuto na po, makalipas ang 4:00, pero wala pa rin pong nakikitang Pangulong Duterte sa batasan.
Traditionally,
Something
the SONA begins at 4 traditionally.
very unusual po ito dahil sa mga nakaraang SONA ay more or less on time naman po ang Pangulo. Kaya aabisuhan po namin kayo. Samantala ngayon ay naka-lockdown po ang North Wing ng
As of
Batasang
3:50,
Pambansa.
As of 25 minutes ago.
Anong
Officially
ibig
lockdown.
sabihin nun?
Walang
may
labas,
lockdown?
walang pasok.
Bakit kaya?
Baka anytime na darating.
Normally,
Yun
that's
lang
done
ibig
pag ang
sabihin.
Pangulo is on the way or is already in the premises.
Baka nga
So it's
nandun
also
na
possible that he's also
or
already
malapit
there.
na.
But
Yes.
typically, you would know already by now kasi helicopter ang ginagamit usually.
Yes, yes.
Not unless he took a
Hindi
parachute.
naman, hindi. Wag na yun. Haba ang coverage. Okay. Okay, balik po tayo sa ating talakayan.
Last year,
Napag-uusapan
drama,
nga natin yung kanilang term sharing at saka kung ano kaya ang mga isusulong ni Pangulong Duterte kung saan susuportahan naman siya ni Speaker. So, bukod sa yung sinabi nyo, yung pag-usapan natin yung West Philippine Sea, no? Ano kaya ang magiging pronouncement ng Pangulo? Kasi ang ginamit niyang word dito ay educate. Oo. Ano kaya ang sasabihin niya na, sabihin na natin educative or whatever?
Well, na-test niya na yon, di ba? Ang basic storyline lang naman doon na gusto ko man i-defend tayo, ayaw ko makipaggera sa China. Pero let's be also be very unfair. Sabi naman ng Pangulo, atin yan. Hindi yan sinasabi na hindi atin yan, di ba? Atin yan. Pero kung aggressive yung China, hindi tayo pwede maging aggressive, di ba? Kasi ang isip niya, gera lang. Ang sagot naman ng iba, like si Justice Carper, hindi na maraming paraan na i-defend mo siya, di ba? And then, on the specific
the question is, unconstitutional nga ba?
Well, yung fisheries.
Yung constitution natin, when it says nga na atin yung exclusive
actually,
economic zone. Is there a...
Yung exclusive economic zone itself, yung UNCLOS, can allow you, a country, to give anyone access.
To allow other people.
Nasa atin yun, if you want to, di ba? It's just a concept lang yan na ano. Pero yung constitution kasi natin, talagang ni-reserve siya. May dahilan dyan. Kasi it's the food, livelihood, energy security of the future, di ba?
Right.
Yun yung, pag naubos na sa atin, wala na tayong dito, doon talaga pupunta. Yun yung, doon. I think
But it
yung
goes
Pangulo will
against
say
the
na,
UNCLOS, no? Yun nga ang sinasabi nila. That provision actually goes against the UNCLOS provision.
yeah, no, it doesn't go against
hindi
the
ba?
UNCLOS. No,
UNCLOS only
the
allows
the UNCLOS just says na, kayo ang may karapatan dito.
Yeah. You can decide who to
It doesn't say na pwede niyong pagbigyan
Sovereignty
yung
and
iba.
rights.
We have sovereign rights there. So clear yan. It's not again, that's a provision in the Constitution that allows it. Ang reasoning, at least narinig ko kay Secretary Panel, I think the President might probably follow that, is yung area na ito, he also has the duty to, di ba, to defend the Filipino people, to promote welfare to the Filipino people, yung prime duty of the state, di ba? And in this case, allowing the Chinese to fish is in line with that. Para hindi din makapaggera, we can also get something from the Chinese. So I think yun ang kanyang ito yung exchange natin. In exchange of allowing the Chinese some aggression, kasi wala naman tayo magagawa doon, ito naman yung benefits natin from the Chinese. Nakukuha ito yung mga agreements natin with the Chinese, ito yung economic. I think that's in the face of the acts are clear, that is clearly unconstitutional. Diba? I mean,
But what does Congress
obviously it
have
goes
to
the
do
Supreme
with
Court.
that, for example? Anong magiging role ng Congress, whether Senate or the House,
So
on
charter
the
change,
issues
pwede mong
on the
yan
West
yan.
Philippine Sea?
Pwede mong ayusin
Definition
sa
ng-
charter change because you can then say in the charter change, wala tanggalin mo na yung exclusive, di ba, na allow the President to decide kung pwede ba o hindi. Sa energy, the Constitution allows that. Now, we can actually, subject to certain, we can allow foreigners to be part of our energy. Kailangan lang joint
venture.
Like
financial,
Malampaya.
technical.
Malampaya,
Well, they have to admit, they have to accept na atin yun. Diba? So kaya may challenge din with China. So that will, so charter change, ganyan. Passing a law, they'll have to be very careful lang na they don't violate the constitutional provision, and that's challenging. Of course, it's also under our constitution, the president controls foreign policy, di ba?
Yes.
So parang hindi mo siya din dapat pakialaman. That's
Sa kanya yun,
another
Senate.
Pero kailangan ng
Senate
concurrence
also.
sa Senado.
Concurrence,
Sa akin, ang napakahalaga na makikita mong ginawa ng Pangulo, sa tingin ko, i-explain niya kung bakit nagkaroon ng desisyon na gano'n, na pinayagan niya ang China na mangisda doon sa ating teritoryo. Makikita mo rin may build-up siya kasi sinabi niya, gusto niyo makipaggera? Di sige, makipaggera tayo. Amerika, mauna ka. Tapos makikita, sa tingin ko, sasabihin niya publicly, ang Mutual Defense Treaty natin ganito. Hindi pwedeng pumasok ang Amerika. Kailangan ng congressional approval ng kanilang kongreso para makipaglaban. So tayo'y nasa sa atin para tayo tumiligsa kung gusto nating kalabanin ang China. Hindi pa tayo malakas. Sa tingin ko, magbibigay siya ng ulat sa AFP modernization na masyado ng gasgas at nawala na ngayon lang nagkaroon ng lakas, lalo na sa Philippine Navy. Makikita mo yung purchases talagang very direct na kailangan natin sa Navy, kailangan natin air power. So sa tingin ko, sasagutin niya lahat yung mga sinabi sa kanya.
Pero alam mo, sabi rin ni Associate Justice Carpio, napaka-dangerous daw nung ginagawa ng Pangulo na dinideclare niya yung kanyang pagsabi na wala tayong laban dyan sa China. Naku, hindi tayo pwede makipaggera dyan sa China. For a president to actually mouth these lines daw, according to Justice Carpio, is equivalent to actually giving them everything they want, giving them all the advantage.
But there is such school of thought as political bluff. And this president knows when to give it, when to withdraw it, and when to really continue with the narrative that is not true. That's a problem with this president. The presidential speech, the presidential tenor of talking to the public is very different from the other presidents.
Actually, you never know when to take it seriously, Malu.
That's why
yun yung nakakatakot.
I can already see in the next president, all that the next president have to say is, he was just joking all the time. He really did not mean all of that, di ba? And there's a narrative that tells you na totoo naman yun. So there was no legal commitment to any of that, di ba? That's what I would advise the next president. Ignore mo lang lahat ng statements ng president nung before, because that was not legally meaningful yung ganyan. Whether or not, of course, in an international setting, kasi tulad yan sa war against drugs, di ba? In a context of an international human rights, of course, when you talk the way you talk, the president talks about that, that already is inciting to, even if sa context natin, di ba, he means lumaban, self-defense, maraming mga nuances ganyan. But in the face of the UN Human Rights Council, I know that council very well, of course, di ba? That's the reason lang naman na siya ang tinutukan tayo. There's so many more other countries with very bad human rights, but they don't have presidents that talk that way. Di ba? Si Assad doesn't say, I will kill.
But he does. But he does.
But you don't tell the president, please talk this way. Because he will tell you, ako ang presidente. Nanggaling ako dito,
I'm not saying that.
naging ganito ako. I will do whatever I think.
No, I'm not saying that.
And wait for the next president. I'm not saying na stop joking around. It's just that presidential speech has to be a certain level naman, especially when you're dealing with other nations.
But when he says something like, puputulin na natin ang ating diplomatic relations sa Iceland. Lalabas na tayo ng UN Human Rights Council. Hindi na ako sasama dyan. I mean, di ba parang ina-address niya talaga, Pilipino lang ba ina-address niya doon? O yung buong
But
mundo?
when you talk to the people on the ground, I just talked to someone who works with the UN system the other day, and I mean, hindi naman nila pinapaniwalaan kasi on the ground, yung mga diplomats kausap nila, yung mga hindi naman yun ang sinasabi.
So
diba?
it's
Na-upset lang sila kasi, ano ba talaga, why did you start? They're actually being calmed down.
Ang mahirap dun, Tony, as student of government, alam natin yung institusyon ng presidency, iba sa tao ng presidente. Doon tayo nagkakaroon ng nagugulat tayo. Kasi nakasanayan na natin na pag meron kang presidential speech, You talk high.
Policy yun eh.
it's
Parang
not
ganun
a
yung
rule.
natin. Pag
It's not
sinabi
just
ng
high.
presidente, policy na yun.
Oo,
Yun na yun,
oo,
di ba?
And we will watch this in the speech. The president personalizes everything, di ba?
Yes, yes.
Like, I own the West Philippine Sea. He doesn't own the West Philippine Sea, di ba? We know that, di ba? It's the Philippines, it's the Filipino people that owns the West Philippine Sea. But it works kasi politically, di ba? It works wonderfully na
When you
ako
own
ito,
it.
di ba?
Yes,
When he goes,
because dala mo si Masa. Si Masa yung ina-adder.
That's the
Tayo
reason
ang may-ari nito. So yung lahat nakapag-aral, parang sasabihin, hindi naman yan totoo So makikita mo yung clash sa thinking ng Pilipino, kaya makikita mo rin yung divide.
Yes.
Whether that's 3% and that's 85%, still there is a divide. And if you try to light that in every presidential speech, to a certain degree, na-strengthen mo yung base, pero ini-alienate mo rin yung iba. Kaya napakahirap sa isang, maganda sa demokrasya kasi may debate ka, pero napakahirap para magsama-sama at tulungan ang bayan.
Exactly.
Diba? Napakahirap nun.
But then how do we, as media, how do we interpret the president's pronouncements, especially if they're made in an official capacity in a public
Ako,
speech?
feeling ko honestly, ang feeling ko talaga, yung media through these last 3 years, they have just allowed Duterte to speak through his own words without any interpretation. And I think may mali din yun. Sa tingin ko.
And that's the reason why...
May mali doon.
Okay,
Pero
anong mali doon?
Of course, I will leave you alone. Diba, yung
You don't have to
free
mali
press
doon.
naman, and free editor. I really, total believer also. So, hindi ano. But critique lang sa press is, in a way, actually, the Davao press, in a way, has been better to the 25 years than the national press. The Davao press do not report the president's every word.
Single.
Because they've already known when is he serious, when is he not, di ba? They don't report that. I mean, I've been to Davao, palagi ko sa Davao the last 20 years. Sunday is a fun day when you listen to Mayor Duterte and then Speaker Nograles. They go after each other. In the context of today, headline yan everyday sa atin. But in the context of the Davao press, zero coverage. Even when they threaten to kill each other, threaten to disembowel each other.
Kumbaga sanay na sila doon. Kilala na nila Kilala na nila.
They know that already. Ang feeling ko yung ating press, yung national press, yung iba yung... There's also a reason for that.
Baka ngayon mabago na kami kasi may Isko Moreno na kami.
Ayun. Pero iba yung standards na in fairness. Si Isko, wonderful yung sagot niya doon sa isang interview, di ba, na ako, grabe ako magsalita, pero si Isko, nakita niya kasi na yung kanyang words will mean a lot to children. Di ba? Yun yung maganda doon, di ba? It's not about us, the older ones. It's about, kung may sasalita ako ng tulad ng usual na sinasalita ko, in TV, I think if you know Isko in person, marami talaga siyang ganun din.
But sir, it does put us in a quandary kasi the president is no longer the mayor and everything he says is broadcast live by RTVM and also on PCOO and in Facebook and in social media. So even if we don't report what he says, it's there for everybody to...
Pero Ed, nakikita mo yung effort na to break the cycle. Dati, sa mainstream media, di ba, ang presidente talks with the mainstream media, kaya ngayon, talagang dumidiretso sa tao. If I cannot get my story out there dahil ayaw ng mainstream media, ako ang magdadala. So I will use the network of my office, the full might of my office to bring it out. Pag dinala mo yun sa labas, dapat conscious yung nakikinig, yung receiver, na i-digest at i-analyze. Hindi mo tatanggapin hook, line, and sinker. At sa tingin ko, yun ang naging problema natin ngayon. Kasi pag ikaw influencer sa social media, hindi ka makikinig sa mainstream media. To a certain degree, ang mainstream media may role pa rin naman. Hindi lang ganun kabilis.
Okay. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, may update lang. 424, nasa bahay pagbabago pa rin sa palasyo si Pangulong Duterte. Yeah, yun yung bahay ng Pangulo sa Malacanang, across the Pasig River. So, hindi pa siya umaalis
Is there something
as of
that,
424. So, this is really unusual, no? This is really unusual.
Baka may pagpapalit ng liderato.
Baka meron kayong nalalaman, ma'am, na sabi ngayon.
Bawal ang
biglang,
speculation na ganyan dito.
Baka biglang may magsisigawan na doon na i-turn off yung machine, di ba?
Okay, pag-usapan naman natin yung sabi nga nila yung mas malapit sa bituka ng mga Pilipino. Isa nga sa mga agenda rin niya ngayon ay yung poverty alleviation. Okay, ayoko nang pag-usapan pa yung GDP because to the ordinary viewer, hindi nila matranslate yun kung paanong, ano sa tingin ninyo ang mga accomplishments na ipagyayabang niya na may saysay, yung talagang totoo at substantive at may substantiation?
Economic?
Yes.
Okay, hindi subject to debate anymore kasi klaro-klaro.
Oo.
Yung several legislative acts na sinuporta ni Pangulo that mandates universal coverage for several things. Healthcare, free tuition, those are really substantial
Ease of doing business.
achievements, no? Well, ito specifically for the poor, I think yung dalawang yun ang pinakamahalaga na. I think yung effort nila nung nagkaroon ng inflation, di ba?
Yes.
Talaga nag-full court press sila. You have to grant them na
nag-normalize.
Talaga nag-full court press. Of course, natulungan sila ng Alam naman din natin na yung main cause naman ng inflation na yun, hindi naman yung train law, but yung oil prices. The fact na bumaba yung swerte din sila kasi bumaba yung oil prices. But nevertheless, talagang nakita ko naman, talagang nag-full court press sila dun sa inflation. Malaking bagay yun sa mahihirap na, di ba, na hindi na siya umangat further. I think you have to grant them.
But labor is still a very sensitive issue.
Yes, may bill tayo na, I think, napass na ng Congress, pero hindi rin siya sufficient.
And
Di
this
ba,
security of tenure bill.
Yes, ano na yan.
Baka i-announce ngayon.
Baka i-announce ngayon yung security of tenure bill,
Pinapavito
di ba?
nga ng employers.
But it doesn't really
yan,
change
diba?
a lot of...
ECOP.
Yeah, it doesn't change a lot of things. Ini-institutionalize yung current lang na... Kasi may steps naman silang ginawa. In fairness din, may steps din naman sila na sinasabi nila na pa-regularize nila yung mga 600,000 employees, yung mga ganyan. But it's still pretty much the way of doing business ng maraming companies, di ba, na just because it's so convenient for them not to regularize employees. So,
tapos
sa
meron
tingin
ng
ko,
yung trans-commuting law, yung pwede na magtrabaho.
Work from home.
Work from home, yun. Gusto namin yun.
Actually, marami siyang nagawa together with especially the last Congress with Speaker GMA. Talagang pinaspasan nila yon.
Maraming benefit, yung mga babae, yung maternity leave,
yes,
yung
mas mahabang
mental health, di ba?
SSS contributions na
I have to say,
pension na pinataas.
Yung social amelioration,
Yes.
yung social safety net, natugunan yon. Ngayon, whether yung polisiya maganda ang implementation, yun ang titingnan natin. Kasi kunyari sa universal healthcare, I understand yung IRR lalabas pa ng September, December. So, hindi mo kaagad mararamdaman yung impact. Yun nga yung naiinip ang taong bayan kasi, may batas na, pero ang tagal bago namin ma-experience. Merong national ID system na kakatapos lang yung IRR, merong portability law, yung sa cellphone, merong yung ease of doing business na napakahalaga para sa negosyante. So, may effort na at the macro level. Yun nga lang, sa micro level, hindi nararamdaman kaagad.
And then of course,
yun ang
malaki pa rin
problema.
constraint yung corruption, di ba? Talagang malaking constraint. Sa health, di ba? Alam natin yung PhilHealth, di ba? Ngayon, ito yung
yung dialysis centers.
Yung PhilHealth, ang laki ng coverage, and then suddenly you find this, di ba? Right in the center of the system.
But that's also a campaign promise na unfortunately, until now, remains only partially fulfilled. No?
Siguro sa issue ng corruption, napakahirap mong sabihing naging successful ang presidente dahil dun sa revolving door policy. Meron siyang inaalis, pero hindi pa nadidesisyonan, binabalik nila.
Nire-recycle.
So, yung mga ganon, although meron ka na ngayong art office?
Yung
anti-red tape. Meron yan kasama sa ease of doing business, na-appoint na yung head. So, we expect all these things to gel and to be more felt in the next few months.
Okay. Babalikan po natin kayo, pero meron muna tayong babalikan sa ating Kongreso. Dumating na po sa Batasang Pambansa ang ilan sa mga kilalang supporter ng administrasyon, kabilang si dating Pangulong Fidel Ramos. Pero wala pa rin si Pangulo. Nakantabay po ngayon si Gerard de la Peña sa Batasang Pambansa para sa iba pang detalye. Gerard!
Bok Luchi, sa mga oras ito ay everyone's in dahil kaninang 4:30 na nga at dapat nga sa mga oras ito nagsimula na yung SONA. Pero kanina marami tayong nakausap ng mga personalidad papunta doon sa plenary hall. Nauna nang nakarating ang mga celebrity na supporter ng administrasyon, kabilang na sina Robin Padilla, Philip Salvador at Bayani Agbayani. Narito rin kanina si dating Pangulong Fidel V. Ramos, gayon din si DICT Secretary Gringo Honasan, PCOO Secretary Martin Andanar, Health Secretary Francisco Duque, Transportation Secretary Art Tugade at Trade Secretary Mon Lopez. Si Davao del Sur Representative Mercedes Cagas naman namigay ng mga bracelet sa kanyang paglakad sa red carpet bilang pagpopromote ng kanilang kultura. Sina Rep. Franz Castro naman ang ACT Teachers Party List, statement na pamaypay ang bitbit sa red carpet na may nakalagay na tuparin ang pangako kaugnay ng salary increase ng mga guro. Mismo ang bagong upong House Speaker na si Alan Peter Cayetano ay nakausap din namin kung saan sinabi niya na talagang roller coaster ang mga nakaraang buwan at nagpapasalamat siya sa mandatong ibinigay sa kanya. Sinagot din niya ang mga kritisismo na hindi na magiging independent ng Kongreso dahil sa pagkakatalaga sa kanya bilang House Speaker. Hindi naman daw humingi ng rubber stamp si Pangulong Duterte, pero mga makakatulong para isulong ang legislative agenda ng administrasyon. Malakas naman ang panawagan ng mga negosyante na matalakay sa SONA ng Pangulo ang mga infrastructure projects ng pamahalaan. Sabi ni Public Works Secretary Mark Villar na nakausap din natin dito, wala raw siyang ideya kung anong aspeto ng build ang matatalakay ni Pangulong Duterte, pero sa mga PSONA naman daw ay nadetalye ang mga proyekto at sana raw ay nagkaroon ng appreciation ang mga mamamayan. Nakausap din natin yung ilang mga miyembro ng business community kung saan nagkaroon sila ng parang takot o pangamba na ma-discuss o matalakay ni Pangulong Duterte itong anti-endo bill o itong security of tenure bill dahil laban nga sila dito at sinasabi nilang marami daw na kumpanya magsasara. Pero mamaya aabangan nga natin kung ano sasabihin ni Pangulong Duterte dyan. Bok Luchi, sa ngayon ay may lockdown na dito, wala nang mga dumadating na mga personalidad at yan na nga, everyone's waiting for the President's SONA. Bok Luchi.
Gerard, from what I can tell, you're at one of the wings of Congress, maybe the North Wing. Would you have any idea if the President has already arrived in Congress? Because it's already, 4:35, and traditionally, the SONA starts at 4. So we're all wondering what is the reason for the delay and if the President's already there.
Bok, nandito tayo sa North Wing ng House of Representatives at yun nga, wala pa tayo naririnig na chopper na dumadating dito pero may mga nakukuha tayong impormasyon na hanggang sa mga oras na ito ay nandoon pa sa bahay pangarap si Pangulong Duterte pero wala naman din makapagbigay sa atin ng dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon niya ng delay. Bok.
Bok, nakailang coverage ka na dyan. This is, I suppose this is also a bit unusual for you.
Ito ay pang-walong SONA ko na, Bok, pero simula nang nag-assume si Pangulong Duterte ay nag-cover na tayo sa kanya at parang iyon nga, parang hindi na rin masyadong surprising na nalilate siya. So ito, anticipated natin na malilate nga itong SONA ngayong araw na ito. Bok.
Okay, so it's an anticipated delay. By the President. Sige, maraming salamat, Gerard de la Peña. Pag dumating, pakibalita na lang kami kagad. Sa nalalapit na ikaapat na SONA ng Pangulo, kamustahin natin kung natutupad na nga ba ang mga pinangako ng kanyang administrasyon na Golden Age of Infrastructure sa Pilipinas. Ano na nga ba ang mga narating ng Build program ng ating gobyerno? Natong special report ni Gerard de la Peña.
Sa ilalim ng binansagang Dutertenomics, inulunsad ng gobyerno noong 2017 ang Build program na sinasabing magpapalago sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. Sa pamamagitan ng infrastructure projects, inaasahang mahikayat ang mga investor at makalilikha ng mga trabaho. Pagmamalaki ng Department of Public Works and Highways, 50% ng tapos ang marami sa mga proyekto.
Masigla po yung build. We're fast-tracking all projects and we'll see in this year and next year, marami po kaming major flagship projects na madideliver.
Nasimula na ang halos lahat ng proyekto sa ilalim ng Luzon Spine Expressway Network na kinabibilangan ng 18 expressways. Sa 2021, inaasahang matatapos ang 8 kilometrong SLEX-NLEX Connector Road na makakadecongest sa EDSA. Sa kaparehong taon din, madaraanan na ng mga motorista ang C5 South Link na gagawing 20 to 30 minutes na lang ang biyahe mula Cavite hanggang Taguig. Noong Marso naman, binuksan na ang segment 10 ng NLEX Harbor Link na nagkokonekta sa Valenzuela at C3, kaya pwede nang hindi dumaan sa EDSA at Balintawak Toll Plaza. Sa taong 2020 naman, matatapos ang Skyway Stage 3. Ang biyahe rito mula Quezon City hanggang Makati, kaya na raw sa loob lang ng 5 minuto. Mahigit 80% ng tapos itong Skyway Stage 3. Nadudugtungan ng kasalukuyang elevated highway mula Alabang hanggang Buendia at tuloy-tuloy hanggang sa Balintawak sa Quezon City. Malapit na rin buksan ng ilang bahagi nito sa mga motorista kaya kahit paano ay inaasahang duluwag ang daloy ng trapiko sa EDSA. Nauna nang natapos ang ilang proyekto sa Visayas at Mindanao, gaya ng Mambaling Underpass sa Cebu, Palo Bypass Road na nagsilbing alternate route tungong Tacloban, at Cagayan de Oro Coastal Road na natapos din noong 2017. Tapos na rin ang mahigit sa 7 airport sa Luzon at Visayas, habang kalahati na nagawa sa 4 na raang pinaplanong pantalan sa buong bansa. Umaarangkada na rin ang construction ng MRT-7 para sa biyahe ng tren mula North Avenue hanggang Bulacan. Magkakaroon na rin ng istasyon ng LRT Line 1 sa Bacoor, Cavite sa 2021. Habang sa susunod na taon, may biyahe ng LRT2 sa Antipolo. Sinisimulan na rin ang North-South Commuter Railway ng PNR para sa biyaheng Maynila-Bulacan. At ang kauna-unahang subway sa bansa na daraan sa Quezon City, Pasig, Makati, Taguig at Pasay.
How do you exercise political will? Reduce processing time, work on 24/7, maintain the cost that has been agreed upon, work on 24/7. Lahat ho political will ito.
Aabot sa 8 trillion pesos ang tinatayang halaga ng mga proyekto sa ilalim ng Build. Tansya ng economic managers, lalago sa 6.4% ang ekonomiya ng bansa sa susunod na taon sa tulong ng mga infra project. Pero ang Ibon Foundation, nababahala dahil higit kalahati raw ng 75 proyekto ay nakapasok sa Official Development Assistance o Foreign Aid.
But ang problema sa amin ay yung gains from infrastructure in terms of productivity ay hindi commensurate dun sa gastos at utang na pinapasukan doon. Totoong ikatutuwa natin kung mas may magandang tren, kung may mas malugang kalsada, pero hindi nung usapin, kaya ba natin bayaran yung kaginhawaan na yon? Sa tingin namin hindi.
Pero para sa ibang ekonomista, kayang-kayang bayaran ng gobyerno ang mga utang.
These are cheap loans and if the government will really play their cards right and then we can take advantage of this.
Malaking tulong daw ang mga road project, lalo't sa pag-aaral ng Japan International Cooperation Agency o JICA noong 2017. Umaabot sa 3.5 billion pesos kada araw ang nawawala sa ekonomiya ng bansa dahil sa problema sa traffic sa Metro Manila pa lamang. Kung hindi pa ito masusolusyonan, lolobo pa ito sa 5.4 billion pesos pagdating ng 2035. Umaaksyon, Gerard de la Peña, News 5.
Alright, at ito po ang latest update. Kaya po naantala ang Pangulo at hindi makaalis ng Malacanang o bahay pagbabago ay dahil daw malakas ang ulan. At inaantay ngayon nila, syempre dahil chopper ang sasakyan, no? Ay kailangan talaga good weather yon, no? Hindi ka pwede mag-take off.
Yung PSG mismo mag-veto dun sa trip mo kung delikado.
That's right, totoo yan.
The PSG will consider your safety rather than your SONA.
Magkotse ka na lang, di ba? Yun na lang siguro ang gagawin. Kaya yan po ang dahilan kung bakit naantala ang pagdating ng Pangulo sa batasan. In the meantime, pag-usapan natin kasama ang ating mga panauhin, ito namang build. Siyempre, yan talaga ang naging major thrust ng konkretong programa ng Pangulo. Literally and figuratively, konkreto. Okay, ang tanong ngayon dito, siyempre, lalo na sa mga taga Metro Manila, Metro Cebu, pati na Davao, no? Yung traffic kasi, major problem. Pero marami rin nagsasabi, Maluna, hindi talaga solusyon ang more roads, no?
Less volume dapat.
Oo. Ito ba talaga ang sagot sa traffic problem natin?
Siguro yun ang sagot in the short run. But in the long run, you will have to deal with the volumes of vehicles.
Paano mo naman pipigilan yung volume?
Kasi kuminsan, basta nagre-rehistro, kahit walang paradahan, ipaparada sa labas.
Kung meron ka ng public transport options, pwede mo na
pwede
piliin.
yun.
You can make it more expensive,
Kaya may subway.
you can make it more
The subways and the trains to Cavite and Bulacan.
Ang problema ko lang, completely support build nun, and happy ng political will behind this. Concern ko lang obviously yung financing always and yung environmental impact, but that can be dealt with, no? Ang problema sa akin, nakikita ko yung build. They're being built for the country today. A country of 110 million people, 105, 100. It's not being built for a country for 150 million people.
In how many years?
2050, 2030, 125 na tayo, 2050.
So we should be building for
We should be building for
2050.
that. Kasi
Parang
But I
ganon.
think when you go to Mindanao has different developmental paradigm. You see their wider roads, you see their bypass.
Buti pa
Kasi
sila eh.
the land allows you to think
May land
outside the
allows,
box. But in Metro Manila, you just can elevated highway. Yun lang yung talagang natutuunan. Sa tingin ko yung stage 3, mag-open itong end of the month. I heard they had the final run through kanina. Would create some space for EDSA. Yung subway, kahit napustahan, paano natin gagawin yan? Hindi ba yung babahain? Pero dahil Japan technology, di ba?
Everywhere in the world may mga good subways na bago na
Kaya rin napaka-importante siguro, Tony, na magkaroon rin tayo ng Railways and Subway Institute. Kasi, sige, meron tayong mga technology ganito. Sino naman magpapatakbo niyan? Nakita natin yung experience natin sa LRT bago tayo naka-adjust, bago tayo nagkaroon ng graduate, di ba? So, kailangan, as this is being developed, meron rin yung component
kailangan sabay-sabay rin, no?
Para yung empleyado na kailangan ng industriya na andyan sa atin.
At babalik ko sa planning, di ba? Yung you know, if you're building for today, by the time tapos siya, shortly after,
masikip na naman.
Masikip na. Ganyan. Mga airports natin ganyan. I mean, Cebu has a very nice airport ba? But I can see that na in a 2-3 years, that's gonna be too much.
Kaya ang isang
full na, no?
policy na napakahalaga na siguro 10th Congress pa, siguro na nagre-reporters pa kayo sa Kongreso, is the land use policy. Wala tayong land use code.
Hindi naman nila in-update eh. Meron, pero di ba hindi naman na-update?
They haven't passed.
No land use policy at all.
So si local maghihintay kasi nasa local government code pursuant to the land use
kasi
policy.
localized, kanya-kanyang urban plan.
Yes,
Hindi rin naman sinusunod.
But you have to
wait sa national land use policy.
Wala
kasi
yun.
yun yung magsasabi na paano yung criteria ng pag-convert mo, criteria ng paggamit mo ng ganito.
But isn't it too late for cities like Metro Manila?
No.
Hindi.
Everywhere in
Never
the world,
too late, ha?
nagre-renew yung mga cities.
Okay.
I mean, if you've been traveling to places like London, Paris, New York, Washington, D.C., for like ako 30 years ko na binabiyahe yung mga cities na yon, ang laki ng difference. They're so renewed now, these cities, compared to what they were when I started traveling there. Madilim, grabe yung crime, grabe yung traffic. Ngayon, actually traffic is always there for big cities. But it doesn't matter kasi hindi ka naman kailangan magkotse. Diba?
That's right, kasi nga may public
you have other options
vehicles,
so,
yes.
Yun yung but traffic will always be there regardless of. Importante na you don't have to use your car.
Ang problema rin kasi yung yung ang dami talagang nagmamigrate to Manila from the provinces. So I think it's also a major concern. No? How can you have a really logical land use policy knowing that many of the residents from the provinces are all flocking to the cities?
Actually,
How do you
yan
control
sana
that?
yung sagot dyan, yung federalism eh. Kaso na-imbue na in a very bad light. Kasi kung ibababa mo ang gobyerno at ang resources sa baba, hindi mo kailangan pumunta ng Metro Manila eh. Pangalawa, yung effort na mag-create tayo ng new city from Manila to Clark, yan sinusuportahan ko. Kasi makikita mo yung spatial development, malayo yon. Pero may space pa, pwede mong i-build ang bagong kapital. Katulad ng nangyayari sa Indonesia, ang Jakarta, aalis rin at magbibuild ng city down. Ganun ang ginawa sa Malaysia, sa Putra Java. Napunta sila sa malayo. Siguro kailangan nating tingnan yung abilities. Sa ilang local government, may naglipat na ng mga city halls nila eh. Kasi congested na talaga.
But it's not even city hall, it's the jobs. Siyempre, people will go where the jobs are.
But
So for example, yung sinasabi mong Clark ngayon, no? Yun yung bagong smart city. Eh, ang sinasabi nga nila, kung wala namang mga investors doon or companies that will employ people, walang mangyayari dun sa...
Wala rin pupunta.
Pero kailangan natin simulan na magkaroon ng infrastruktura doon. Kasi kung walang infrastruktura, talagang walang investors na pupunta.
So it's the chicken and egg, no? Hindi mo malaman kung
And
unahin mo yung foreign
let me be
investor
very clear,
or
cities are always the engine of growth in every country, di ba? So you actually, sa atin lang, we just have to have more cities na well-developed, di ba? So that hindi siya na pupunta lahat sa Metro Manila. But I think Metro Manila itself, may opportunity din to renew. I mean, I think very thankful tayo. We have very dynamic mayors now in Metro Manila.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just talking about Vico or Isko, two favorite, but you have Joy Belmonte in Quezon City. You have, I think, Abby Binay in Makati, who's a modern yung thinking. No? Si Francis Zamora sa San Juan. Of course, Rex, Gatchalian, matagal sa Valenzuela, the third term na, has really done a good job of doing that, di ba? Yung mga... yan na.
Okay, babalikan ka namin mamaya, Prof. Pero in the meantime, nakaantabay po ang aming reporter na si Ria Fernandez sa pag-alis ng chopper mula sa palasyo. Pakinggan natin si Ria. Ria?
Kanina lamang, mga a few minutes ago, like 2 minutes, nakalipad na itong chopper ni Pangulong Duterte mula sa kanyang tahanan dito sa Palasyo ng Malacanang. Ang nakita natin mula rito sa Nagtahan Bridge, mga 4 to na helicopter na lumipad. Medyo madilim nga yung kaulapan doon sa kinatatayuan namin. At pagkalipad ditong 4 na chopper, kasunod namang dumaan sa amin yung convoy ng mga sasakyan ni Pangulo. Pero nang silipin namin, wala doon yung Pangulo. So we assume na posibleng nakasakay sa chopper ang Pangulo. Ang Presidential Security Group ng Pangulo, wala namang ibinigay na dahilan kung bakit naantala. Pero kung titingnan natin itong sitwasyon sa panahon, o yung panahon dito sa Maynila, madilim, makulimlim. Kaya posibleng ito ang dahilan kaya naantala ang pagdating ng Pangulo sa batasang pambansa para sa kanyang ikaapat na ulat bayan. Lucy?
Ria, hindi kaya decoy lang din yung mga sasakyan, maaaring hindi nyo siya nakita, pero hindi rin natin malaman.
Pero
Is
backup
it
din
possible?
yan they still would send vehicles
Okay.
even if you flies by chopper. Pero, Ria, tanong ko lang, naulan pa ba dyan sa Maynila o makulimlim na lang? Kasi nabanggit mo nga, madilim, pero is it still raining?
Makulimlim
Pero umulan pa ba?
Ang pabagsak pa lang ang ulan. Kasi doon sa kinatatayuan namin kanina, doon sa Nagtahan Bridge, doon sa portion nun, maitim na yung ulap. Tapos ngayong nagmo-move na kami, medyo pumapatak na po yung ambon
Okay. Ria, mga gaano katagal kaya yung biyahe from Malacanang to Batasan by chopper?
Kung
by
chopper,
mabilis
lang po yan kung ibabase natin sa mga nakaraang SONA ng Pangulo, siguro 15 minutes to 30 minutes nandun na po ang Pangulo, baka less than pa.
Okay, sige. So mauna na kami sa iyo, Ria. Maraming salamat, Ria Fernandez.
Wala namang MMDA doon Tsaka walang coding ngayon.
Okay. So, balikan natin yung pinag-uusapan natin. Prof, you were saying itong renewable cities, no?
Yeah, you can renew your cities. In fact, may effort ngayon tinatawag Livable Cities Challenge, di ba? Yung to have I think si Bill Luz, that is a National Competition Commission has been pushing that. We can, sa totoo lang, the experience of most people of government is through the local governments, diba?
Yes.
To the cities or their municipalities, actually. Less pa nga yung province, kasi yung province, coordinator lang yun ng services. No? So, ako, from that point of view, the state of the nation is good from that point of view kasi talagang hindi lang yung hindi ko naman sasabihin na karamihan ng nanalo last time were good, pero maraming nanalo na sa local governments na sa tingin ko can potentially be very good governors. So
Sir, we talked about federalism briefly kanina, but I'd like to get some clarity here. From the signals from the palace, is the President completely giving up on federalism, or is he just saying, I still want it, please give it to me? His last statement kasi was, kung ayaw nyo, di fine.
Constitutional change na lang, sabi niya.
Change na lang.
Alam mo, kasi ang problema dun sa ganun, hindi niya sinasabi kung ano ba talagang modelo ng federalism.
Yes.
May tinayo na Constitutional Commission, si Justice Puno, naglabas sila. Hindi naintindihan ng bayan kasi ang daming binabago, pati yung hustisya, na sa tingin ko hindi ready ang bansa. Ang kailangan mong reforma, more of political, yung parliamentary, at saka siguro step by step, yun yung tinatawag na step by step federalism.
Alright, at nakikita nyo po ngayon sa inyong mga TV screen, ang Batasang Pambansa at ang chopper ng Pangulo. Palapag na ngayon sa mga sandaling ito. Ibig sabihin yan ay talagang naroon na ang Pangulo at thankfully, magpapatuloy na ang ating SONA as scheduled. At mahaba pa yan. Hindi natin alam ngayon if they're going to do away with the usual ceremonies, diba? And the niceties.
Usually kasi may ilang minutes pa yan sa lounge.
That's right. Magchichikahan pa muna usually yan sa lounge kasama ang Senate President at ang House Speaker at pati ang mga majority floor leaders. Pero yan ang abangan natin ngayon kung maglalaan pa sila ng mahabang oras para dyan or kung dedire-diretso na ang Pangulo sa plenary.
But surprisingly, they're flying a drone with the president's chopper in the air. Typically, the PSG would welcome that.
Not allow it, no? Baka for RTVM purposes, for documentation purposes, using technology now, syempre, kung ikaw man ba, kung ako man ba ang pinuno ng RTVM, ay talagang kukunan ko yan from the chopper. At ayan na nga, nakikita na natin, sasalubungin siguro siya ng House Sergeant at Arms. No?
Normally, yung Congress leaders are waiting for him inside.
Yes, that's right. At pati na ng Senate Sergeant at Arms, yung bagong halal ng mga senador na si dating Major Major General Samonte.
At mabuti hindi siya inabot ng ulan dito sa Batasan kasi kahit clear ka dun sa
umulan dito.
Kahit clear ka sa Manila, pag hindi clear sa Quezon City, baka hindi ka pa landingin din eh.
Well, gano'n naman talaga ang panahon ngayon, no? Pulo-pulong pag-ulan, Wala naman talagang ulan sa isang buong malaking rehiyon.
Kaya yung Angat Dam tuloy eh.
Oo, hindi tuloy na puno. At mukhang si Mrs. Hanilet Avancenia ito. No? Si Ms. Hanilet Avancenia. Pero hindi natin matiyak dahil hindi gaanong kalakihan ang ating screen. At nariyan na nga po ang Pangulong Duterte, nakababa na ng kanyang chopper. Ayan na nga ang mga sergeants at arms, I suppose, no? Yes.
And the president landed at around 4:53, more or less, in the afternoon. That's almost an hour after the usually traditional 4 o'clock delivery of the State of the Nation address. But this time, because of weather considerations, nagpa-delay, and rightly so, nagpa-delay naman yung Pangulo.
Katabi ng Pangulo ngayon, si AFP Chief of Staff Benjamin Madrigal Jr. Yan. Usually, kasama talaga yan sa seremonya or sa tradisyon ng SONA, no?
This is keeping with the typical ceremonies of SONA Day.
Okay. At bilang background lang po, alam niyo po ba kung gaano karaming mga panauhin meron ang SONA? Aabot sa humigit kumulang 3,000 mga guests ang naimbitahan dyan. Kailangan may invitation dyan, no? Hindi tayo naimbitahan, kaya nandito tayo. Pero 3,000 ang nandyan ngayon. And according to Sergeant at Arms Prestosa, there's more than enough space for the 3,000 guests.
And of course, you have 306 members of the lower chamber, and you have
23.
Well, 23.
For the Senate.
There's one in Kankarami.
22 lang nga kasi si Senator Manny Pacquiao was not able to make it. Yes. That's right.
So 22 and 306.
Oo. At as usual po, kabilang po sa mga panauhin, syempre ang cabinet members ng Pangulo at ang diplomatic corps.
Ito yung likod ng Batasan, the one facing the helipad at the back.
Usually dyan talaga sila nagdadaan eh. At makikita nyo nga po, talagang sila lang ang pwedeng pumasok sa lugar na yan. sa SONA, no?
Yeah, it's off
Bilang na
limits to us.
bilang. And yan na, ang mga bagong halal na Senate President Tito Soto at si House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. At
Siguro,
tutungo
didiretso
sila sa
sila.
lounge ngayon, I suppose, no? Hindi lang natin alam kung may time pa for a dialogue, but I suppose a short dialogue would be in order, no? Dahil bagong elect eh.
But then again, no surprises anymore for Malacanang as to the leadership. So, it's also possible. But yan, pumasok sila ng lounge eh. Mukhang lounge to eh.
Oo. Siyempre, magchichikahan sila sa kung ano nangyari, how did it go? Because I suppose, like us, napanood rin lang ni Pangulong Duterte ang mga pangyayari sa TV. Dahil wala naman siya ron, ano?
Okay, baka for more practical reasons, kailangan mo na mag-CR.
That's true
As
also.
anybody would need.
And it was a 15-minute chopper trip, so that's really short.
There, everybody's
So,
waiting in Congress, dun sa plenary, nakaantabay na po ang lahat at kasama ang ating mga reporter dyan. Yan, kita-kita niyo yung wide shot.
Okay, wala namang dress code except for the members of Congress na dapat daw naka-Filipiniana. Yan. Pero syempre mamaya, Ed, makikita natin ang kanilang mga kasuotan. And yes, what you're seeing now is the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra. The first time that an orchestra will be playing at the SONA.
Really?
Yes,
Live?
yes.
And live too.
Live. Oo, at ang awit daw ng national anthem ay si Arman Ferrer, no? Broadway performer, tenor. Oo, classical eh. Ang tema eh.
Nakaka-relate ka dun,
Hindi. Papa ko eh. Rock, K-pop. Okay. All right. Pakinggan natin. Yan. Palawan Underground River. narinig nyo po ay sampling lang, no? Parang medley ng mga Philippine folk songs and love songs, no? Mga
Pero alam ng mga guests
no?
natin yung ano,
At
mga title.
alam na alam po ni Professor Lavinia ang mga tugtugin na yan dahil kapanahonan niya.
Kami kasi K-pop na kami.
Pero narinig ako ng K-pop.
Wow. Alright. At sinabayan pa ng video ng ng mga...
May splicing pa ng
the
file.
top tourist spots or destinations sa ating bansa, kabilang ng underground river sa Palawan. Nakita ko rin yung sa Camiguin. Tapos meron din silang mga coffee, siguro from Malaybalay. Oo. So mukhang...
Kita mo yung political entertainment value na nagmo-morph into a State of the Nation address.
That's a good way
Dati
of
talagang
putting it.
straight yung SONA, di ba?
Oo,
Na nabobore ka. Ngayon talagang na-entertain ka, tapos may pinapakita mga visuals.
That's right. At si Direk Joyce Bernal pa rin ulit. Oh, 'di ba? Talagang si President Duterte talagang
he's coming
eto
out.
na, palabas na, papunta na siguro ito ng plenary, no? Tapos na ang kanilang lounge dialogue as expected. Mukhang napaiksi yun dahil kailangan na talagang magsimula. As it is, we're already 1 hour late, no, per program. So, malamang ay
It does
talagang
look like papasok na
dire-diretso
talaga
na
siya sa,
ito.
ano,
Yes,
sa
sa
plenary.
plenary. Okay, katabi pa rin
Si
niya
Christopher
si
Bongo.
Senator Bongo.
Yeah.
Si Sap.
Okay. At talagang
was
hanggang
also-
ngayon,
yeah.
talagang
And he was also
right-hand
by his side
man
when
pa
he
rin.
went to
ha?
Holo. If you remember last week.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wearing that,
Wearing that controversial, you saw that picture too.
Yes.
Senator Bongo in full battle gear.
Okay. Gaano kalayo nga yan, Ed, from the lounge to the plenary?
Hindi, malapit lang yan.
Matagal-tagal na akong
Siyempre,
hindi
they're just
napaparoon
walking
sa
slow,
batasan eh.
Ito, this is almost, this is almost.
Ito na, yung palapit na yan, yes. I remember those doors. Alright, ang sinasabi po ngayon ng Communication Secretary, si Martin Andanar, ito raw SONA ng Pangulo ay magiging isang glimpse of the future. Yan ang tawag niya, no? At ito raw ay magiging legacy niya, legacy SONA niya. Marami siya talagang may pagmamalaki eh. Sabi nga naman ng mga eksperto, no, kung tutusin, the Senate, for example, for one, has passed an unprecedented 464 laws. At ang Kongreso din, no? And most
And to be
of all...
fair, his infrastructure projects are designed to go way beyond this term. Eh.
Yes.
Diba?
Oo.
So he's starting
Usually,
projects that he's not going to finish.
That's right.
And that takes a great deal of a great deal of forward thinking eh, na I'm not gonna get credit for
And
this.
magnanimity, yes. Kasi alam niya na hindi siyang mag-inaugurate
Iba inaugurate,
noon, di ba? Oo, kahit na siyang nagpaumpisa.
Even though you're the one who spent for it or who
Or
starts the spending.
allotted a budget for it. Ayan na po siya, nasa loob na po siya ng plenary. At ito ang
Yan.
usual
Pumasok siya dun sa,
titingnan natin
I think
dyan.
that's near the South Lounge, the South entrance.
At ang karaniwan pong makakasama niya muna sa entablado dyan ay siyempre ang House Speaker at ang Senate President. But on his way to the stage, yan ang usual handshakes. At mas marami pa yan siyempre after the SONA. But for now, siyempre lahat ay bumabati sa kanya.
At yan yung nagpapatagal dun sa ano. Nagpapatagal sa lahat ng seremonya. At least malapit na siya.
Almost there. Ibang backdrop ngayon ng entablado, napansin mo? Oo.
I think that's the native,
Oo.
Mindanao.
Pero
native weave,
it's
no?
a particular Mindanao
Yes.
weave eh. I'm not exactly sure from
Yung
what part of Mindanao.
Sa likod
Podium.
Yung blue na ano eh.
Yakan?
Is it Yakan? The color is predominantly blue.
Parang
Kasi like yung tausug's usually reddish.
Reddish yellow.
At nakita natin na binati niya si Senator Amy Marcos. At aakyat na ang tatlong personalidad na talagang traditionally sila ang makakasama niya sa entablado. Alright, to the right of the President, of course, is the Senate President, and to his left is the House Speaker.
I wonder kung na-invite yung ibang mga controversial na opisyal na madalas yung makabangga. Like for
Katulad
example, si Associate Justice Carpio.
They're all
Hindi siya
invited,
pupunta.
but whether they will
Invited.
come...
In fact, siyang acting
Yeah.
Chief Justice. I think out.
House of Representatives, the joint session is called to order. Please rise for the nation's prayer.
Amang makapangyarihan, mapagkalingang Panginoon, may gawa ng langit at lupa.
Pinapupurihan namin ang iyong kadakilaan, inyong pagmamahal sa amin. Luwalhatiin ang iyong pangalan sa pagsanggalang sa amin, nang aming harapin mga hidwaan sa lipunan at mga unos ng kalikasan, hanggang kami ay inyong itinaas sa aming pagkalugmok, binigyan ng bagong karangalan, pamana sa mga henerasyong darating.
Saamo po namin ang iyong kapatawaran sa mga kasalanan at pagkukulang. Inyong awa ay igawad po sa amin kung isinasantabi ang katotohanan at kalagayan ng mga mahihirap at mga naaapi. Pinalala ng aming pagmamalabis o pagwawalang bahala. Abigo ang magmahal ayon sa iyong katuruan.
Tanggapin aming taos-pusong pasasalamat sa inyong patnubay nang tahakin namin ang landas ng kalayaan mula sa kadena ng kahirapan at pagkakawatak-watak. Pag-isahin po ninyo aming bayan sa gitna ng aming pagkakaiba-iba. Idulot po ninyo ang inaasam na kapayapaan at kasaganahan.
Basbasan ninyo aming pambansang pamunuan, mga kinatawan ng serbisyo sibil, aming hukbong sandatahan, tagapagpangalaga at ng kapayapaan, ng ang-alab at sagisag ng pagkamakabayan at mapagsakripisyo ay patuloy na lumukob sa kanila, higit na magsilbi ng may dangal at pagtalima sa inyong kalooban.
Inyong mga pagpapala may kaakibat na pagtugon, maging responsabling tagapangasiwa ng inyong nilikhang sanlibutan. Hubugin aming bayan na maging maunlad, tapat at nagtitiwala sa inyong walang humpay na pagmamahal. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem to be led by Mr. Arman Ferrer.
Sinanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aking ligaya na wag may mangabi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Your Excellencies, members of the House of Congress, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Thank you. Kindly sit down. Kumusta po kayo? Senate President Vicente Soto III and the honorable members of the Senate, House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano, and the honorable members of the House of Representatives, Vice President Maria Leonor Robredo, magandang hapon po sa iyong ma'am at kung nasaan ka. Former Presidents Fidel V. Ramos, Joseph Ejercito Macapagal Arroyo, His Excellency Kacha and esteemed members of the Diplomatic Corps, Executive Secretary Salvador Medaldia and the other members of the Cabinet, Chief Justice Lucas Bersamin and the Supreme Court, my fellow workers in government, mga mahal kong kababayan. Let me begin by extending my hand in gratitude to all who kept faith with me in our most trying times. Numbers speak 1,000 words, tell 100 tales, but the landslide victory of the administration candidates, as well as the latest survey result, shows that my disapproval rating is 3%. I hope that the members of Congress, sana hindi kayo included sa 3%, inspires me with determination to pursue relentlessly what we have started at the start of my administration. Few men imbued with the will and the courage to do what he believes is right and just, and whatever be the opposition in terms of numbers and noise, makes a majority. For it is not the eagle in the fight, but the fight in the eagle that matters. Believe me, I will end my term fighting. It has been 3 years since I took my oath of office, and it pains me to say that we have not learned our lesson. The illegal drug problem persists. Corruption continues and emasculate the courage we need to sustain our moral recovery initiatives. Years ago, we saw the terrible devastation caused by illegal drugs. On May 23, 2017, our law enforcers launched an operation to serve a warrant and to neutralize terrorists. A group of armed men with sophisticated weaponry and aided by local radicalized by extreme dogma and teachings fought our troops for weeks. During that Marawi siege, tons of shabu worth millions and millions of pesos. Drug money killed 175 and wounded 2,001 of my soldiers and policemen in that 5-month battle. I am aware that we still have a long way to go in our fight against this social menace. Let the reason why I advocate the imposition of the death penalty for crimes related to illegal drugs. Our citizens have begun to do their part in the war against drugs and through the barangay formation of anti-drug councils and also actually surrendering bricks of cocaine found floating in the sea into our islands. I call this responsibility. However, the drugs will not be crossed unless we continue to eliminate corruption that allows the social monster to survive. I respectfully request Congress to reinstate the death penalty for heinous crimes related to drugs as well as plunder. My countrymen, it is a sad commentary that we cannot distinguish our need from our greed, our principles from our prejudices, the real from the fake, and the truth from a lie. The reason is because that many of us, what matters above all is the self. It is selfishness, it's worse for no purpose other than personal aggrandizement. To borrow the language of F. Chanel, Jose, we have not risen above and beyond the parochial interest. Our warped loyalty to family, friends, and tribal kin continue to exact a heavy toll on our programs designed to uplift the poor and reassure our investors, our foreign investors, local, and the business sector in this country. The recent uncovering of the massive fraud perpetrated against the public health insurance system proves that corruption is pervasive. Huge amount of medical funds were released to cover padded medical claims and imaginary treatment of ghost patients. I am grossly disappointed. The government is conned of millions of pesos which could be used to treat illnesses and possibly save the lives of many. Thus, I ordered the NBI to arrest and cause the prosecution of those liable. I appointed a new PhilHealth president, whom I know is a man of integrity, a military man, a former military officer, and gave him marching orders to prioritize ridding the agency of corruption. By the way, I commend the Bureau of Investigation for its handling of high-profile cases resulting in the arrest and prosecution of criminals. These culprits will have their day of reckoning in court. I hope it happens during the last 3 years of my term. Concerning the unscrupulous persons manning our ports and scalawags in uniform, we have been unyielding in our reforms to weed them out of public service. I have fired or caused the resignation of more than 100 officials and appointees of government without regard to relationship, friendship, and alliance. There is no sacred cow, as the saying goes, in my administration. Institutions that are the stewards of our resources and agents of development have long been a major source of public frustration. Drastic reforms within these agencies have yielded results. Our government-owned and controlled corporations, infamous for high salaries and bonuses being paid for their executives and employees, have started to shape up. As of July 9, 2019, we collected more than 61 billion from GOCCs or government corporations, 32 of which, or 32% is 16 billion from PAGCOR. This is more than the 36 billion collected in 2017. My salute to Andrea Domingo. Magpasugal ka pa ng marami. Bureau of Customs, though corruption-ridden, managed to collect 585 billion pesos in 2018. Imagine how much more could have been collected had the BOC been clean and less corrupt. May I cut and just magsalita lang ako kung anong sa isip ko. I went to the Bureau of Customs 2 weeks ago and found out that there are about 63 of them facing charges, criminal charges, and 61 of them under investigation. I hope that I can have the cooperation of Congress. If we cannot abolish their position, and if I cannot dismiss them for the reason that there is a security of tenure, I will just allow them to have their plantilla positions, but they have to report to Congress every day to help me in the huge paperwork that we have to do every day. All of them will go out from the premises of the customs area. I do not want them back. We in government talk too much, act too little, and too slow. I recall saying that before the congressional hearing when I was mayor of Davao City. I say that again to emphasize how little we have changed since then. We have long on rhetorics, but short of accomplishments. It's just that you, Congress, or even the executive department, and maybe me. So I am here to rectify my own error. That is why I implore those who occupy positions of power and authority to let your deeds and accomplishments do the talking. Lead by example. Words ring hollow when not followed by positive and prioritized action. Time and again, I have emphasized that, like my fellow workers in government, trabahante lang po ako ng Pilipino. Last year, I signed the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act, a significant piece of legislation to improve service delivery and fight corruption still until now. However, much is to be done in ensuring our responsiveness to the people's needs based on complaints received by this contact center Bayan, that's in my office. The LTO, SSS, BIR, LRA, and Pag-ibig are the top 5 agencies that need to drastically improve their service. I reiterate my directive to the government and instrumentalities, including the LGUs and the government corporations. Simplify. Andito ba kayo? Simplify. Just like the others. You can do it electronically. You do not have to go to the office. I've been asking that from you since 3 years ago. Pag hindi pa din yung nagawa yan ngayon, papatayin ko talaga kayo. Nabubwisit na. Simplify and make your services responsive to client-friendly. Your client is the Filipino, our employer. From where the money in our pockets come from our salaries. Thanks to Executive Secretary Major Dia, we have increased the number of lines from hotline 8888 to make it more responsive to the public. Our ultimate goal is for our people to be freed from using these hotlines because government service and response have markedly improved. Again, ang problema kasi ng Pilipino, I'm addressing now to the Filipino. Kayo rin kasi, sinasabi ko na sa inyo, be assertive. At pag kayo o ikaw hiningian more than the required payment by government at humingi pa sa iyo, I've been telling you, mag-iskandalo kayo sa opisina. Make a scene. Sampalin mo yung na yan. Kasi aabot rin sa akin yan. And I have done that. Ako magprangka ako sa inyo. Ako lang ang presidente na hanggang ngayon nagbubugbog talaga ng tao. Yan sa loob ng Malacanang. Pinapakain ko ng pera yung mga yawa na yan. Igalit na ako sa inyo eh. Kindly be assertive. Pagka hiningian ka, sabihin mo, ina mo, sabi ni Duterte, the president told us, that if you extort money from me, I will slap you. At sampalin talaga ninyo. Di na bali magkaaway, I will defend you. At kung maari, and this is what I've been doing all along, there's an 888. Be sure that it is true. Though you are not liable for libel, pero wag naman yang makasakit ka ng kapwa-tao na wala namang kasalanan. 888 then plays to President Duterte, abuses by director asking for money. Text mo, lalabas yan dyan. And that is for the public to view. At kung totoo, Malacanang, I said, is open 24 hours. 24 hours, basta corruption. And that is why that fiasco about the frigate ni Trillanes was because yung Koreano na napagbili ng barko to sold the ship to the Philippine government, wala pa hong delivery. And it was there already ready. And that is why that Korean went to Malacanang just to complain, why is it that there is no request for delivery? So I told Bong, ayusin mo yan. He went to Lorenzana, and Lorenzana, nagsulat siya. May nakakuha because sa Malacanang, every administration may tao yan dyan. Every administration leaves some of the men because they are appointed on plantilla position. Kinuha nila, then it was brought here before the Congress. And so Bong was called to testify and said he was assured it will be a closed door. So I told Bong, no, ask for an open and public hearing. Sabi ko, sabihin mo sa lahat, kanina, wala, you have nothing, just say the truth. Sabi ko, pagkatapos niya testify, sabi ko, Bong, maniwala ka hindi, you will be a senator. Totoo yan. That is the story of how convoluted politics and corruption here in our country works. Equipped with political will, the government ordered the closure of Boracay Island for 6 months to prevent its further deterioration. We cleaned and rehabilitated the island and not allowed it to heal naturally. I am proud to say that it has been restored close to its original pristine state. Boracay Interagency Task Force led by Secretary Simato and fully supported by Secretaries Andio, Romulo Puyat, what's her name? Puro surname ito, Romulo Puyat. What's her name? Berna. Berna, Romulo Puyat, Belo, and Villar, and the TESDA Chief Mamanjong for this huge success. Kudos are also due to the PMS for integrating the 6-month rehabilitation plan and the NEDA for the recently approved Mindanao Term Boracay Action Plan. Boracay Island is just the beginning, and the girls there, the foreigners, are waiting for you, gentlemen, to visit the place. They are all on the beach sunbathing. You are invited to, I have not been there. Alam mo, nung naayos yan, day before, we were told that there's gonna be an opening tomorrow. So on the TV on that day, magandang hapon, showed a lot of bantings and banners, Salamat, Duterte, ano mapagkatao. So when I saw it, I called the military and the police, remove the bantings. I am not going there. No need to really advertise. I am paid for what I'm doing. Nakukurnihan ako. Too much adulation, bordering pretensions. I can almost smell it a mile away. And I never went there until now. What I did was, I went to the other side of the island and asked the DAR, what is the status of the land behind the beach of Boracay? And they are still categorized as forestal and agriculture. Not, I said, not commercial, no sir. So I told the agrarian reform, go to the place, have it inspected, because I will declare the whole of the island a land reform program. And I gave the islands piece by piece to the Etas, the natives of the place, para walang masabi. Marami kasi ginawa ko raw para linisan ko, ibigay ko sa mga kaibigan ko. Wala akong kaibigang mayaman. Ayaw kong kaibigan ng mayaman. Because pagka mayaman ka, tatabi lang ka lang sa akin, pati ako napahira na ng kung ano-ano ang hingiin mo sa gobyerno. There are those who violate environmental rules. I am giving due notice to the LGUs and other stakeholders, kayo po, of tourist destinations to take extra steps in the enforcement of our laws and the protection of our environment. On January 27, 2019, we officially started the Manila Bay rehabilitation. Though we have a long way to go, we are encouraged by the test results of the waters near Padre Faura. We will relocate informal settlers. I hope it can happen during my time. Along the waterways and shut down establishments that continue to pollute and poison our waters. Make a choice. I'm going to the... Malaki ba yung building dyan? I'm going to dismantle your building or just simply burn it down so that we can have a new setup of environmental friendly, whatever that needs. So the build program in emerging economic hubs outside Metro Manila, this will swiftly gain ground thanks to the efforts of the economic team led by Secretary Dominguez. Hard at work in the interconnection of our islands and cities by air, land, and sea are Secretaries Tugade and Villar. Alaman naman ninyo, magaganda na ang airport ninyo. Inuna ko nga kayo. Everybody's complaining about the Davao Airport, and I said, Davao will be the last. Kung hindi na maabutan, sabi ko mga taga-Davao, pasensya na kayo. Para walang masabi ang Congress sa atin, baka nga 3% sila doon sa kabila. We also paved the way for the entry of third telecommunication provider. Do not worry about this. There is no corruption at all. I guarantee you, upon the grave of my father, I do not talk to them. I just say, just do your work. And kung maaari, according to what the specifications are required by this government. I challenge this new player to fulfill its commitment to provide fast and reliable telecommunication services to our people, especially in the underserved areas. DICT Secretary Hunasan will be the lead man in this endeavor. I hope he is here. However, developmental gains will not be felt by our people in the countryside if we cannot maintain law and order. Yung peace and security, we need to enforce the law. After almost 2 decades of peace negotiation, the Bangsamoro Organic Law was finally passed and ratified. For decades, our Muslim brothers in the armed have been mired in poverty. My late Muslim brother, Minda Chair Abdul Ghair Alonto, envisioned a progressive, peaceful, and united Mindanao during our lifetime. It is my hope that the Bangsamoro transition will fast-track the establishment of regional government that will secure and comfortable life for Muslim brothers and sisters and all indigenous communities in the Bangsamoro regions. Additionally, I have taken the helm of the National Task Force to end local communist armed conflict and have assigned a cabinet member to each region to harmonize government efforts in attaining national development security. Through the exceptional leadership of Secretary Briones and the DepEd, I am proud to say that this year more Filipino learners are receiving basic education with over 27 million enrollees from kinder to senior high school. And because we have still a little to spare, the fastest population growth, one of the is the Philippines. We are so industrious that we are producing more people than. I do not want to quarrel with the religious, but more than 823. Sorry, but I is not good for the. Nasuot ko lang to pag paminsan-minsan eh. Out of school youth and adult learners were able to access non-formal education through the alternative learning system for our national sports development. I support the proposed measure to create the National Academy for Sports for high school students. Almost 86,000 micro, small, and medium enterprises, or the MSMEs, have received over 3 billion worth of loans since 2017, thanks to the efforts of Secretary Lopez and the DTI. Additional benefits for solo parents, the assignment of health workers in all barangays, and the expansion of the malasakit centers are what we also hope to achieve through the bills filed by the original concept of bongo para manalo sa kampanya. Yun ang mantra niya. Tutuhanin mo lambong, mapahiya tayong lahat. I also implore Congress, you have to study this very carefully. Congress has to postpone the May 2020 election. And yung barangay Sangguniang Kabataan to October 2022. Because if you read it, to rectify the truncated terms, paiba-iba na eh. The truncated terms of sitting barangays, but also provide them with the ample time to finish the programs and projects. I suggest Congress should also enact the Magna Carta for barangays. This administration's malasakit at Servicio program has of course reached the Filipinos who labor in foreign lands. The milestone signing of the bilateral labor agreement with Kuwait in 2018 is a testament of my commitment to stop abuses inflicted on our overseas Filipinos, to ensure their welfare, protection, and their access to government services. The establishment of the Department of Overseas Filipinos will sufficiently address that particular need. Our accomplishments for the past 3 years and the plans for the next 3 are discussed in detail in my midterm report to the people, copies of which shall be made available before the day ends. Let me repeat what I said many times before. Honestly, I have identified the enemy who dumped us into this quagmire we are in. I have met the enemy face to face, and sadly, the enemy is us. We are our own tormentors, addressing the Filipino people. We are our own demons. We are as rapacious predators preying on the helpless, the weak, and the voiceless. We find corruption everywhere in government when every malefactor watching his cohorts back in blatant disregard of his oath when he assumed public office. Even the language has evolved to soften the wickedness of the criminal act. For the boys, sponsoring an event, or what else have you? No amount of euphemism can trivialize or normalize betrayal of public trust or any other criminal offense. It is an injury laced with insult. It is both a national embarrassment and a national shame. For every transaction, a commission. For every action, extortion. Any request that goes on and on endlessly and shamelessly. Catharsis is what we individually and collectively need to do today. Not tomorrow, but today. Self-purgation, followed by the resolve to do what is right and proper, is good for the nation's health. Let me ask you, when will corruption end? Kailan ba talaga ito? Hanggang kailan? Well, I don't know. I've been with government for almost 35 years now. I am not singling out myself. It's the entire gamut of our system. Corruption exasperates. It frustrates. It is also exasperating that there are times when I think that perhaps it is blood that we need to cleanse and rinse away. The dirt and the muck that stick to the flesh like leeches. Of course, it is only a thought. I am simply thinking aloud. To dispel any controversy that my statements in this regard will create something else. Words of Pedro Guerrero, who said, sometimes they write what I say, and they write what I say and not what I mean. So yung mga papurga-purga lang dyan. I use similes, metaphors, hyperbole, and other figures of speech every now and then to prove or stress a point. I am as human as anybody else. On the matter of the Philippine West Philippine Sea, The avoidance of conflict, armed conflict, and protection of our territorial waters and natural resources compel us to perform a delicate balancing act. A shooting war is grief and misery multiplier. War leaves widows and orphans in its wake. I am not ready or inclined to accept the occurrence of more destruction, more widows, and more orphans should war, even on a limited scale, breaks out. More and better results can be reached in the privacy of a conference room than in the squabble in the public. That is why I will do in the peaceful way, mindful of the fact that it is a national pride and territorial integrity that are at stake. Short of expressly advocating a call to arms, there are those who say that we should stand up and stop those who fish in our economic zone. Of course, we will do in due time. There is, alam mo ganito yan eh. When I became president, and when the M16 rifles were canceled by America upon the prodding of the U.S. Congress, I found myself in a quandary because reports were already very ripe na there was the passing of arms in Marawi. And because of the arms were already mostly in the hands of the police, hands me down from the army, were quite old, and sometimes the bolt that pushes the bullet flies out, and the barrel has really become loose, and there are no more lands and means to push it into a circular trajectory to maintain its accuracy. So I was forced to go to China. Mabutit na lang na masabi ko sa inyo to. Then in China, we had a bilateral. I brought along the military man, Anyo, the chief of staff then, and all of them. Lorenzana, Esperon, National Security. In that meeting, I said, cabinet members were there, I want to go to my territory to dig oil. That's the word, I dig. Because that is ours. Ang sabi ni President Xi, well, you know, there's a conflict there. Do you think rather than go there and have a confrontation, not necessarily the great ships, warships, but, you know, a squabble there could lead to something else. So we just became friends, and perhaps we can talk about this, but not an outright precipitate move, because, you said it softly, it can mean trouble. If the trouble comes out from the mouth of a president of a republic, anong magawa mo? So, what did I answer? Well, then maybe, sir, we can talk about this at some other time. But definitely, before I go, we must talk about the West Philippine Sea. We cannot, you know, have our cake and eat it too in this. You know, I cannot go there even to bring the Coast Guard to drive them away. China also claims the property and he is in possession. Yan ang problema. Sila yung in possession and claiming all the resources there as an owner. We are claiming the same, but we are not in the possession because of that fiasco. Noong dalawang nag-stand off doon, during the time of my predecessor, si Albert Ambassador, if I'm correct, I do not know his real name, tayo ang umatras. Pag sabi na umatras, that was a kind of a compromise. Tayo ang umatras. Nung umatras tayo, pumasok sila. Marami na. That day, we lost the Spratly and the Panganiban. Yan ang totoo. Walang bulahan yan. Ngayon, may arbitrary ruling. I said, I could not even ask for the oil, claiming the entire resources of the monarch. Anong sabihin ko sa kanila? Kaya sinabi ko, let us do this mutually. Of course, when she says, I will fish, who can prevent him? And sabi ko naman, we will fish because we claim it. And sabi ko, please allow, because before that, they were driving away our fishermen. Di ba, inaabog nila? Kaya sabi ko, do not drive them away because the Filipinos are of the belief that they also claim it. Now, if you deprive the Filipinos of their... magkagulo talaga yan. And it could lead to not really war. I said, we have to... sabi ko, so I said, I allowed. That was on the premise that I own the property. Pero hindi tayo in control of the property. Yan, magsabi sila, of course, I will allow you. Kaya pinabalik. Yung disgrasya, yung pagsabi, a mere incident, legal marine incident. Yan ang ginagamit sa batas yan. A marine incident happened. Hindi naman sinasabi marine accident. It was just banggaan, wala naman. So they wanted to talk. Tapos ayaw dito. And so, sige, we will investigate and you investigate. And when we are ready, we should meet and compare notes. And let us determine who pays for what damage. Ganun lang. Ipadala ko yung Marines ko to drive away the Chinese fishermen. I guarantee you, not one of them will come home alive. Kung ipadala ko yung 5, pati yung frigate ko na bago, yung pinagkaguluhan nila ni Trillanes dyan sa that made Bong a senator. Ubos yan. Because there are already guided missiles in that island. And the fastest that they have installed there can reach Manila in 7 minutes. You want war? Alam mo, asaran yan eh. Supladuhan yan. Kung supladuhan lang, umalis ka diyan. Kung ganunan lang, bright ako dyan. Hanggang bunganga lang. Pero kung bunutan na ng baril, pwede siguro. Basta 2 lang. But the problem is, whether we do it in a diplomatic way, there will be heated arguments. Sigurado yan. We do it in a confrontation doon, we try to drive them away, it could lead to a violence. Anyway yan. By the way, the President answered when I said, I will dig my oil the first time I went to China. Nakita ko yung tao. So you can more or less draw a profile of his. Please do not do that because there will be trouble. Ano man magawa ko? I go there as the fisheries and besides, I was invoking yung traditional fishing rights. It is in that arbitrary ruling. Ayaw lang ninyo gustong tignan. it is mentioned there that even before countries were in existence, people around an ocean or a lake had already been fishing there for generations. And that is why fishing rights are allowed in the so many cases between Finland and Germany, decided by UNCLOS. UNCLOS is the international law of the seas. UNCLOS is a product of a treaty. That treaty is also a part of our land because we are a signatory. Dito kung basahin lang ninyo yan ng husto, it is there. You might just say, China and everybody recognizes traditional fishing rights for the natives who were there even before the creation of republics and governments. That law is a human law. So I'm sorry I have to, I promised you 40 minutes. God, you want me to start? Oh, we can go home now. I have exceeded my, there is a time for everything. Do not believe the others because they are not my friends. They are my political enemies. They say, I do not believe in God. Who says? I am a believer of a universal minder. But I do not believe that a God so perfect would create hell for his creation. And what kind of God is he? He is not my God. There's a time for everything. A time to negotiate and a time to quarrel. With your enemy, with your political opponents, with your wife. That is why some lives here are and a time to antagonize, and a time to make peace, and a time to go to war, and a time to live, and a time to die. That's Ecclesiastes 3. Our ownership of the West Philippine Sea is internationally recognized. However, both the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, and the Arbiter Award in the case of Republic of the Philippines versus People's Republic of China recognize instances where another state may utilize the resources found within the coastal states. Exclusive economic zone, the arbitral ruling even states, the one that they are charging me for violating the Constitution. Sino gani yun? Suntukin lang kita dyan, buti pa. Dito the arbitrary even states that the Philippines may enter into fishing agreements with other states, provided certain conditions and requisites in the UNCLOS are met. So yung aking sabi niya, let's go fish. Sabi ko, you have to act, they've been there fishing since time immemorial. I think it was Adam who got the first lapu-lapu there. Let me assure you that national honor and territorial integrity shall be foremost in our mind. And we may take next steps in the smoldering controversy over the lines of arbitral ruling. The West Philippine Sea is ours. There is no ifs and buts. It is ours, but we have been acting along that legal truth and line. But we have to temper it with the times and the realities that we face today. Poverty incidence fell from 27.6% in the first half of 2015 to 21% in the first half of 2018. The most important number, though, is the 6 million Filipinos we need to pull out up from poverty. Kindly help me on this. And you know, as I said, corruption is everywhere. You are free to investigate. I don't take offense. If there is anything wrong in my department, the executive, you are free to open the investigation anytime. You do not have to call me. Call the idiots, expose them, and send them to jail. You are helping. Do not be, I am not, I've been a prosecutor. I know how it works. Feel free. Feel free to expose anything that is not in accordance with law. We have pursued tax reforms to fund our poverty reduction programs. I therefore implore Congress to immediately pass Package 2 of the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program or the Trabajo Bill, which shall gradually lower the corporate income tax and rationalize and improve fiscal incentives. It will energize our MSMEs and encourage them to expand their business and hopefully generate, I'm missing the word hopefully, para sabihin na you're all talk, hopefully 104 million jobs in the coming years. The MSMEs hold the promise of raising a lot of the Filipinos. I therefore believe that it is now time for Congress to approve a new version with salary standardization law. Ngayon na. And to the teachers, alam mo dito, who toil and work tirelessly to educate our young. Kasali na po dito yung hinihingi ninyo. Hindi naman masyadong malaki, pero it will tide you over during this hard time. A little bit bigger than before. This is intended to increase salaries of national government workers, including teachers and nurses. Good. I am also asking Congress to pass the remaining packages of my administration's tax reform program and the bills that would further raise excise tax on, very good, let us do it, tobacco and alcohol. Sinong naninigarilyo dito? They should be exterminated from the face of the earth. They are the ones, you know, I do not hide what's wrong with me. I acquired Burgess disease because I smoke. But I made it a national policy because, you know, when I was new mayor, I went around to see the discos and nightclubs. I could hardly see the faces of the people inside. You have to wade into a thick smoke to just recognize one. So that was when I decided. But I was still smoking. But I decided, because I knew, I already had it. It's time. Sabi ko. And in national law, para lahat na, that at 12 o'clock, everything closes. I'm not trying to pull a chair here. Mine was that 2 o'clock noon sa Davao. It was 2, then I reduced it to 1. When that boxing mayor there became mayor, she reduced it to 6. Walang order, no orders in advance. So we have ordered already, so you can close, but we have to drink. Itong ngayon, at 12, everything closes down. Nobody works. So I think that we should adopt it. Most of the states, in many countries, gano'n man, alas 12 sarado na talaga. We have to stop drinking. And jukebox, they're only good up to 8, 9. 8 maganda. It's there in every corner store. Blares out noise. and the children who go to school and the working class, and you are there with your store. I have prohibited it in Davao, and at 12, as you see, Davao is quiet because everybody is resting already, be it in the memorial parks, cemetery, or in the comfort of their home. The evaluation system has also to be improved. Local government units and rationalize capital income tax. I urge Congress to review and pass the government right-sizing bill to reconfigure the existing Metro Manila-centric bureaucracy, streamline government systems in order to deliver services without delay and within a short timeline. These reforms would be for naught if we cannot avert of a new poor every time a disaster strikes. The Philippine experience has shown that natural disasters are poverty creators. That is why we need to hasten the establishment of the Department of Disaster Resilience so that this department focus on the natural hazards and climate change. I urge Congress to fast-track the passage of the administration of this bill, administration version rather. In 2017, I reminded all of you of the probable consequence of a catastrophic earthquake in Metro Manila and its surrounding provinces. Since then, I have established a project management office for the earthquake resilience and the greater Manila area to implement two-pronged strategy on earthquake resilience and mitigation efforts. I just heard, it's not in my speech, I just heard that from a psychic that the first crack when the big one hits will be right here in the center of this. Yan man ang sabi nila. Philippines is so corrupt, it's so lousy, that if you kill all congressmen, senators, and the president, we will have a new day. So I pray that if the earthquake comes, it comes now, this moment. Kompleto na tayo. May madamay pa tayo doon sa harap. We weathered one damaging effect of climate change this year. The El Nino wreaked havoc in the agricultural sector and caused water shortage in the greater Metro Manila area. We need to pass bill creating the Department of Water Resources and Water Regulatory Commission. Alam mo, the agencies and the guys that are handling the entire water work system, you have to change it immediately. You know what, there was this 3-day no water. I was in Davao. So everybody was complaining. And I was even afraid to come here because what if my girlfriend will not be able to take a bath? She will smell like hell. So I said, I'll wait for the water to wash her. Alam mo kung hindi ako nagmura, kung hindi ko sinabi, and then when I arrived in the morning, there was water. And my girlfriend was fresh. I also call on Congress to pass a law mandating a fire protection modernization program. Diyan tayo nagano. If you go to Davao, you find the best. The best of everything. 911, all the cameras, all the screens. We need that if we can fund it. Alam mo, sabi ni, Sunny is here? Secretary Dominguez? Siya man ang magyayabang. Sabi niya, marami tayong pera. Pero pag tanungin namin siya doon sa cabinet meeting, walang pera, walang pera. Si Jokno, ganun rin. Kaya tapon ko sa Central Bank. Every time sabihin mo, we discuss projects. We plan. And we submit it to Congress. About its final imprimatur. Hindi kami, may pera ba tayo dyan? Wala. Magkano? 4 billion. That is not the property. No money, no money. Saan palang pera natin dito? Sa bulsa ninyo? Karaming koleksyon natin dito. But Sunny says that we can fund. This one we have to answer. Now, I would like to remind, pagbigyan na lang ninyo ako para man ito sa lahat. Alas 6 pa nga, ginugutom na kayo. Hindi pala kayo nagmerienda. Alam mo, ever since na-integrate yan, you would notice in your cities and provinces the deterioration of the service itself. Wala nang mga truck, luma na. Would you believe it in Davao City? I'll show it to you. We have in 1934 Studebaker fire truck. Maganda pa. So we have to do better than this, because there are other cities which are utterly without the tools to respond to the challenges of fire. We have to come up with something that is really good. I mean, at this age, it would be a shame if you cannot put up a fire in 2 days, 3 days. My God. We have to set aside. Sunny, you have the money? Oh, yes. O, see? Basta sa maraming tao, mahiya man mag-deny. Yeah, totoo yan. Totoo yan. We have the money, so maybe Sunny can give you a figure that we can set aside. Nakakahiya talaga itong ano natin. Ang Davao meron. Davao has a very good 911. Hindi ako nagyayabang. And we have cameras in every corner, so we can solve crimes immediately. And meron kaming 911. What is your emergency? That's the standard. So it's fire, they call the fire department. Sabi ko, 911, yes. What's your emergency? I seem to have lost my girlfriend since we know you, Mayor. You go back to Manila. There are plenty left there. Go. This will equip the Bureau of Fire Protection with tools to respond to challenges. I further ask Congress to urgently pass the National Land Use Act or NLUA within this year. Pakilang po, so that we can proceed with the new, we can meet the demands of the new investors coming in. Ang lupa natin ang problema A science-based national land use plan would serve as basis for the LGUs in crafting respective development plans and help disperse economic activities to the countryside. The dispersion of economic and business activities to Visayas and Mindanao is not just a campaign promise, it is an economic imperative and a key to our country's sustainable and equitable development. We will encourage investment that to develop the rural areas and Metro Manila and other mega urban areas. Let me cut here. Total, maliit na lang. I would just like to remind everybody, no offense intended to the mayors and governors, to the local government. Pero yung style ninyo na it takes about 3 days, 4 days for the employees of a certain company, store, or whatever to go back and forth, back and forth. When they go back, you have in your regulation. He gets it, he secures it, then when he goes back, saying, oh, there's still, you have to follow, you have to get this paper. I will tell you now. Hindi ako nagyayabang. In Davao, it's 1 hour. Unless there is a need for ocular inspection. I am directing you publicly. Mayors, I am directing also the DILJ, Secretary Anyo of the local government, to see to it that this is honored. All clearances, permits emanating from your office that would need also your approval must be out at the very least within 3 days. You do not do that, I am directing si Secretary Anyo. Is he here, sir? Nandito ka? Secretary Anyo, the former Chief of Staff, is also a military man. I want 3 days, unless there is an exceptional reason. 3 days, para hindi na magpabalik-balik, kasi dyan ang pirahan. Pagdating doon, meron na manghingin, padotong manghingin. Kaya said ay Filipinos, if it is done to you, I'm telling you, slap the guy, create a scene, create a scandal, because that incident, however little, will reach me. And if that it does, you can be sure, if I do not call you an idiot, I will go there myself. That is a promise, that is a pledge. Make it a part of my oath of office. Lahat kayo dyan, pati ang easement, well, under Bilyar, okay na. Pero yung easement, $1 billion, $1 billion pesos. Well, if it's a foreign company, it's $1 billion thing. Ganon yan, pabalik-balik at ito'y binabayaran. That's why nagpatong, if all monies and revenues due government are collected in good faith, marami tayong pera. I'm telling you as President, marami tayong pera para extra money to uplift the mass of Filipinos who are suffering. Baski ospital lang. And housing. Jobs, it's the economy that runs it. If the economy is good, more jobs. But in the meantime, itong hospitalization, education, the basic things, saka itong relocation. Paawa talaga. Kung makulikta lang natin, hindi makurap ang pera, marami tayong pera. Kaya ako nagsabi, that's why I will make it public. I was a denying Filipino. I gave it to a group of people. Tapos, nagpabidding sila. Ang nagbidding nila is to allow a gambling casino to be erected there inside Dinayong Filipino. Kaya ako nagsabi, anong kahulugan ng Nayong Pilipino kung lagyan mo ng sugalan and without a bidding? You know, nandiyan yung mga general, they are there, chief of staff. Kasi paggaling doon, pumunta ako sa command conference. Pagdating ko sa command conference, may pinasa si Sane, ghost delivery sa AFP Hospital. Galing pa ako doon. When I was facing the military and police, sabi ko, look, I thought I had my back covered by you. If I cannot trust you, you better tell me now. Because if you, the commanders of the Air Force, Army, pati Albayalde and the Navy, I will step down now. I am residing. I'll go back to Davao. You do the explaining to the people why. Ginanon ko talaga. And in one of the cabinet meetings, ganun rin. There was this 2-year pabalik-balik na yung back and forth for Tibers was sitting on their ass paper. So when they were explaining to me the revised plan, and with so many requirements, clearances from NBI, I stood up with the cabinet members, lahat kami. And the cabinet meeting said, stop. That idiotic matrix is not for me. That is intended for the next, maybe the president after the next. Lumabas ako, sabi ko, inyo na yung gobyerno ninyo. Sabi ko, wala ako I'm tired. I'm tired and talagang gusto ko na rin mag-resign. But I'm not happy anymore. So anytime, the military said, if you want to take over Kudita, go ahead. Do not bring your armors, do not bring your weapons here. Call me and we'll have coffee. I do not believe. I think Marcos and Estrada were correct. That they did not allow kasi yung gwardiya dito pareho yan. Lahat sila dadaan yan sa Presidential Command. All of them will be assigned. Nag-iikot yan sila. A taste of everything. Hanggang Mindanao. Kaya kilala ko yan sila lahat. Dumaan ng Mindanao. Sabi ko talaga, inyo na. Ayaw ko na. Sabi ko, sige, sinong gusto? Raise your right hands. I, duly appointed member of the junta, will now make the SONA next month. Bahala kayo dyan. Don't threaten them about it. If you think that you can run the country better than the elected one, go ahead. That's not is the problem of the Filipino people. Tala sa cabinet kaya abutan ako ng tupak, magbaba dito ako, ngayon bahala na kayo dyan. I'm going home. One estimate pegs economic losses at 3.5 billion a day due to traffic congestion in Metro Manila. So meantime, I reiterate my directive, my request, my pleading to the MMDA and all concerned local officials in Metro Manila and other cities to undertake immediate action to ensure the speedy and smooth flow of vehicular traffic. Reclaim all public roads that are being used for private ends. Marami dyan. And again, I ask Secretary Anyo to see to it that this is enforced. If there is a mayor or kung ano sino kang demonyo ka, i-suspend mo, Sir Anyo. And if he cannot, if he is not up to it, then papahingayin mo na lang. Suspend mo na. Wala talagang magawa. They just keep on pleasing their own constituents just because there is a constituent, a leader. Ganun kayo eh. The only way to do it, anyway, me, I have no problem. Me, I am an inutile official. Me, I cannot run anymore. Me, after 6 years, I might lose my head. Wala na ako. No more challenges in politics. No more mountains to climb. I will just do my duty. And most of my cabinet members are actually military men. You know why? Gusto niyo malaman? Do not be embarrassed. Atin-atin na lang ito. Huwag mo na silang pansinin yung mga ano dyan. Parang nag-meeting-meeting lang tayo dito. Yung parang nagpulong-pulong lang. Do not mind them. Kung tingnan kasi ninyo, mahiya kayo. Kasi ganito yan. My penchant for military men. I want to ingratiate myself to them. What? I was elected by the people, not by the military, not by the police. But why do I have this predisposed to? Kasi utusan sila madali. Kasi pag sinabi mong walang korupsyon. Kaya lang, ang military, just like any organization, pag ang top dyan, general o ang commander-in-chief, kukorrupt yan lahat. Pero kung sabihin mo na matino, they will follow. So Boracay, I sent si Mato. Sabi ko, puntahan mo nga doon. Is John si Mato here? Si Roy? Yeah. Ito si Roy, nakilala ko to sa Mindanao. Hindi ko man niya kilala. Mindanao, na mayor kasi ako 23 years. So all of them passed by Mindanao, kilala ko. Pag inutusan mo, kaagad. And they know that I will not give illegal orders for them to implement. Alam nila, abogado ako. Sabi ko, sundin lang ako ninyo. Kaya I was surprised when I ordered si Mato to go there, to Boracay, Sir Frank. Alam mong ginawa niya? The next day, lumabas siya doon sa Daily Mirror. Naglalakad siya doon sa beach, naka-t-shirt ng blue, at yung mata niya nandoon sa dalawang Caucasian na kadamit sa mato. Akala ko ba inutusan kita? Yes, ano? O bakit ka nagpalakad-lakad dyan sa beach? Tingnan mo yung nagkabikini na dalawang puti. Sa napadaan lang ako, sir. Kuya, trabahuin mo yan, ha? And they did it in 6 months' time. Of course, with I like si Mato because he mixes pleasure with work. That is the way how to do it. I give you until the last week of the year, yung sa September na, to do this. Clean the LGUs. Walang mangyari dito. We shall continue to invest in the countryside through agricultural programs that will increase the productivity and income of small farmers and fisherfolk. We shall ensure the full implementation of the rice tariffication law, including the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund. This will safeguard the livelihood of small farmers through provisions of modern farm equipment and machineries, seeds and credit, and extension services. I also have not forgotten my commitment to uplift the lives of coconut farmers and further develop coconut industry until the through the urgent utilization of the Coconut Levy Fund. That is 100 million. Kaya ako very careful until now, wala akong nakuha. Look, it is really hard to look for an honest man. I must admit it. Baka ako hindi ko rin kaya. I do not have that. Well, itong Coco Fund na ito yung naiwan sa nung kay Marcos na levy fund. This is sacred money. This money was taken out of the pockets of the Filipinos arbitrarily. Wala kang magawa ni Marcelo. Ito na yan. Kaya itong Coco Levy Fund, kung sabihin mo lang, tama ang Supreme Court, Hindi mo pwedeng maibigay, sabi mo sino, you can no longer trace the truthful owner of the land. Ang plano ko, kung gusto ninyo, you save the money. You invest the money, mag-abot yan ng mga more than 100 billion. Ilagay na lang ninyo ng trust fund for the government. So, mga 5 billion. Ayun na lang ang gastusin ninyo to reserve the money. Rather than do it parang sprinkle na ibigay mo sa mga tao, you cannot, sabi ng Supreme Court, tama sila, you can no longer trace the genealogy of the owners, the original owner. And sometimes it would fail. I will not act on that until I find the man. Wala pa akong nakuha. I have yet to look for the man. Hanggang ngayon naghahanap ako, wala akong nakita. Kasi malaki ito. And this will, you know, if you assign a corrupt idiot there. Kaya ang gusto ko, o baka nagustuhan rin ninyo, ideposito ko na lang. Let it remain as a remembrance to the people who lost their at that time. Tapos yung 5 billion, yun yung to improve the improvement sa replanting sa coconut. 5 billion, that's a big money. Pero kung ibigay mo, light sprinkler, walang mangyayari. Yung magtigabigay, kukuha yan. Yung pupunta. That's why itong land bank na ito, pag hindi ito na, you're called land bank. But you are now the #1 commercial bank in the Philippines. What the heck is happening to you? You are supposed to finance agricultural enterprises and endeavors. Bakit wala? Bakit? Why can't you just buy a few wagons or whatever, go to the countryside and ask the people if there are cooperatives, tulungan ninyo to form one. Pag wala, tignan ninyo na maibigay ninyo for replanting of the coconut, to revive the coconut industry. Pahiramin ninyo ng pera plus the money, nung sabi ko, of the coconut levy. That is sacred money. Land bank should go back to land. Why are you mired in so many commercial transactions? Bumalik kayo where you were created for. And that is to help the farmer. Ilang administration na wala. You better decide on that. I will give you until the end of July to give me a plan. Or else, I will ask Congress to reconfigure you whatnot. Wala kayong... I'm asking now, Congress, pag wala sila, if there is no viable plan for that, for the farmer, and it is just all commercial transaction, might as well abolish it. And give the money to the congressmen for their development funds. O, mas makatulong ba? Diretso eh. Ayaw ninyo? Ayaw doon nila. Sir Frank, huwag mo na lang galawin. I once again urge both houses of Congress to pass a more responsive version of the bill establishing the Coconut Farmers Trust Fund to ensure the accelerated utilization of the Coco Levy Fund for the well-being and empowerment of the coconut farmer. We recognize the urgent need to ensure the sustainability and availability of resources and the development of alternative ones. In this regard, I trust the Secretary Cosi shall fast track also the development of renewable energy sources and reduce dependence on the traditional energy sources such as coal. Finally, Sustaining our gains entails a national security posture capable of defending the country from external and internal security threats. Defense Secretary Lorenzana, together with the gallant men and women in the armed forces, is at the forefront of this fight. We expect support for the legislative initiatives aimed at strengthening defense-related systems, such as the proposed National Defense Act and the Uniform Personnel Separation Retirement Pension Bill, and the revival of the mandatory ROTC grades 11 and 12. Very important. Alam mo, pag mag-gira-gira, 10 out of 10 hindi marunong maghawak ng baril to defend even his father and mother and brothers and sisters. Itong mga bata ngayon, they're bereft of the patriotism and the love of country. Balik sila dito. I think military training would be good for everybody. Wala, sige lang. Shabu. Maya, namatay. Duterte, extrajudicial killing. Report to the ICC. Okay. If you can provide me with a good comfortable cell, heated during winter time, I want to go, and an air condition during hot weather, and a conjugal visits unlimited para we can understand each other. We are aware of the fact that there are times in AFP and PNP personnel, while in the performance of their duties, get unjustly sued, providing them with free legal assistance to help and boost their morale. My fellow citizens, to borrow the words of Churchill, akin to, this is mine. We are now entering a period of consequences. The consequences of what we did and did not do, but should have done during my first half of my term. I assume full responsibility for that. As president, I cannot pass it, the blame to anybody. So it's on me. Though we cannot change the past, we will not squander the future. I will push harder in the pursuit of programs that we have started, but always within the parameters of the law. I will not merely coast along or while away my time during the remaining years of my administration. It ain't my style, but I will not stop until I reach the finish line. Then and only then shall I call it a day. Our goal for the next 3 years is clear. A comfortable life for everybody, all Filipinos. We have made significant strides and accomplishments and signal milestones as a nation in the past 3 years. This momentum must continue with greater fervor in the next 3 years and beyond. I dream of glowing days ahead for every Filipino. I dream of a Philippines better than the one I grew up with. This is my pledge and commitment for just 3 years, if I can. If I cannot, I'm sorry. But I shall continue to comply with my constitutional duty to serve and protect the Filipino until the last day of my term. God bless the Filipino. God bless the Philippines. Thank you very much.
Alright, yan po ang State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte, ang kanyang ikaapat at umabot po ng 1 oras at 33 minuto ang kanyang SONA.
Marami-rami siyang tinuhog na issue, pero meron din siyang mga hindi nabanggit na siguro iniintay ng ibang tao na banggitin. For example, yung future ng charter change proposals at yung economic provisions nga na pinag-uusapan ng mga kanyang mga finance managers. Pero marami din siyang mga binanggit na na inaasahan. For example, yung death penalty bill na iniintay ng maraming senador at kongresista, yung mandatory ROTC, National Defense Act, yung trabaho bill, yung train 2 kung tawagin, also yung salary standardization para sa mga guro. At ang dalawang departamento for disaster resilience at yung Department of Water as well.
At pati Department of Overseas Workers.
At ito pa, yung National Land Use Act na kailangan daw natin. Right. Also, yung excise taxes on alcohol and tobacco products. At among other things, yung COCO levy fund, kung anong gagawin. At yung kanyang 3-day deadline for LGUs to act.
At sabihin na rin natin na naging malaking punto ni Pangulong Duterte ang kanyang laban sa corruption. At ibinuga na rin niya ang kanyang mga frustration dahil hindi nga raw niya nasawata ang corruption as much as he had wanted to. No? At
And West Philippine Sea, bago lang malimutan.
Of course,
kasi ito nga
yung kanyang pag-educate na gusto niyang gawin, ipaniliwanag niya ang kanyang posisyon tungkol sa UNCLOS, sa sovereign rights, sa relasyon sa China. At sa puntong ito, nais nating hinga naman ng mga panghuling salita ang ating mga panauhin. Anong naging observation ninyo tungkol sa SONA? What stood out to you as highlights?
Maganda yung pagka-summarize nyo. Actually, okay yung mga except for me dun sa death penalty, maraming magandang mga proposals, yung creation of necessary departments, binigyan niyang emphasis yung climate change, he defended his West Philippine Sea. It's very clear yung amin ito. That's very important because I never really heard him say that before that clearly. So
at inulit niya na, we will bring it up before I step down.
Yeah, so I think okay yun na I don't think he gave up anything to China in this speech. Ang what's strange lang for me dito is medyo schizophrenic speech. Whenever he read from the lines, hopeful siya, maraming achievement maganda. Pag nag-adlib siya, it was all very brooding, pessimistic. Lalo na yung corruption. He went back again and again to that. Parang I didn't feel good about the state of the nation based on when he did that. And then lilipat na naman siya ulit doon. I mean, I think that's what marked the speech for me most. Yun na parang nakita ko na bakit kaya
anong basa mo doon? Bakit niya ginagawa yun? Bakit siya balik ng balik sa corruption
yung,
at saka
nakita niya na yung mahirap siya gawin, di ba? At wala talagang solusyon doon ng kailangan gawin, di ba? Mismo Congress, sinabi niya sa Congress, yung corruption nasa gitna niyo talaga, di ba? I don't think he was joking at the center, di ba?
Hindi kaya nag-a-appeal nga siya sa mga kongresista na tulungan siya doon, no? Siguro alam din niya nga na it's right smack in the middle of them.
Siya, no? And of course, the one thing missing, hindi ko narinig yung strong push for federalism and even for extension of terms.
Even mentioned.
Wala, not even. Yung charter change, wala. Parang ang narinig ko actually, I will step down. This is just a matter of duty for me, kaya tapusin ko ito. We will do our best while this is being done. In-explain yan. That I understand kung bakit yung mga military man, yung kanyang mga in-appoint, kasi ayun yan, yung magkipag-away pa, gusto niyang gawin madaling utusan, di ba? We've heard that before. So, pero for me, what was very strange is yung pag suddenly nag-adlib siya, malungkot, parang hindi siya kumbinsido. But pag binabasa niya, including the last part, binasa niya yung last part uplifting, parang eto, kaya natin ito, maganda ito, di ba? So, I don't know, it made me ask the question, what does he really believe, di ba? Talaga bang naniniwala siya na good state of the nation or actually hindi pala na parang it's in a way very philosophical, di ba? The absurdity of all. Ang lumalabas sa akin, honestly, kasi philosophy teacher din ako, the president was saying we're doing all of these things but this is all absurd. para ito mga John Paul Sartre,
That's
mga ano. Yung parang
fascinating.
it actually weighs me down. And not may disagree kasi marami din siya magsinabi ng maganda, may mga achievements na ako na-recognize. But it weighed me down na parang, this is all absurd, di ba? Because people here, you're just all for yourself and for your interest, di ba? Diretsohan sa Senate at sa Congress, di ba, na you're also corrupt and you're part of this problem.
Malu?
Ako, as a strategist, I saw two personas. One is as a father of the nation. Siguro yun yung sinasabi nilang legacy SONA ito kasi sinabi niya towards the end, we want a better Philippines, better than what we had, my generation had. And yet, makikita mo yung as a leader, I will end my term fighting. And then, meron siyang sinabi na if in the process, I forgot to do what I'm supposed to do, then I'm sorry.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility for the past 3 years. So makikita mo yung burden ng mantle ng leadership. Sa tingin ko, ang realization natin as Filipinos, yung leader na hindi naghanda na mag-national leadership, ang daming rene-require sa isang tao. Na ang isang mayor na katulad niya, hindi niya akalain, ito pala yung pagiging presidente. Ito pala yung pagiging pinuno. Maganda yung technical. Maganda yung shots, maganda yung kanta. Nag-agree ako kay Tony. Pag on the script siya, yung sa prepared text, very positive.
Panay accomplishments, no?
Pero pag sinabi niya yung realidad, lumalabas yung
pag-adlib na niya.
Ito yung nangyayari sa bayan. At parang sinasabi niya, kasama kayo sa problema, hindi lang ako. And I hope makuha yun ng 18th Congress kasi sila yung nagpapasa ng batas eh. Siya lang nagsasabi, ito ang kailangan ko. Pero kung sa proseso ng paggawa ng batas, makompromise ang mga kung ano-anong interest, napakahirap para sa leader na pumunta ka dun sa dulo. Kaya ang pinaka-opening niya, I will end my term fighting. Dahil alam niya, ang binubunggo niya, establishment.
Baka naman dalawa yung kanyang tinatarget na audience with two separate Like yung speech niya mismo could be addressed to technocrats and the congressmen. Yung kanyang adlib
sa taong bayan.
Sa taong bayan.
Yung exasperation na pareho ang nararamdaman natin. Ako nga, Pangulo, ito nararamdaman ko. Parang ganun yung take away sa akin na mabigat. Kung magiging philosophy student ka, talagang titingnan mo, ano ba yan? Kansyan, Sarte.
Di ba existential talagang no matter what you do, ang lumalabas na no matter what you do, hindi natin mababago ito. Yun ang lumalabas sa nakita ko. Ang dami na natin ginawa, ang daming magandang ginagawa, di ba? Pero, so the war against drugs, that's how we frame it, di ba? Grabe pa rin ang drugs, ang dami na natin ginawa.
Tsaka yung order niya, yung order niya kay Simato at saka kay ano.
Yeah.
Do it!
Do it.
Now!
Okay. Yes.
So, kita mo.
So the speech itself was hopeful, but the president himself was not as hopeful. Let's just even say to
the
burden of the office.
The messenger is the message, di ba? So I think that. But politically, actually, that works for him. Bakit? Because the people then will say, pag nakikita naman tayo yung mahirap, di ba? Yung hindi na i-blame si Pangulo kasi gets niya.
They can relate.
Gets niya na pag maraming mga tao talagang kurap ang Pilipinas.
Sana na
mismo yung Pangulo nagsabi noon.
Diba? Sana na lang nag-gets din ng Kongreso. Yan.
Yan ang magandang takeaway.
Tingin niyo ba nag-gets ng Kongreso yung kanyang kahapyaw?
Kasi sinabi na, pati yung, di ba yung earthquake? Dito sa gitna.
And the lockdown doon tumama ang epicenter.
I'm sure sasabihin lang na nagbibiro si Pangulo. I don't think nagbibiro si Pangulo doon.
Okay. Alright. Maraming salamat sa ating mga panauhin. Si Malu Tikia ng Publicus Asia at of course si Professor Tony Lavinia. Maraming salamat sa inyong mga insights. At
sa ngalan po ng buong pwersa ng News5, maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay sa aming special coverage sa ikaapat na State of the Nation address ni Pangulong Duterte. Ako po si Ed Lingao.
At ako naman po si Lucy Cruz Valdez. Ito po ang midterm Duterte SONA 2019 pero wag pong bibitiw dahil susunod na po ang action.
Bago pa ang SONA,
may damdamin. Kaya, tol, wag troll. Respeto lang.
Word de Vera po.